Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Presents True Hill Heat. I am your girl, Miss Krssi Luv. Welcome to the Hot Girl Summer episode. I'm hoping that you guys are ready and tuned in. Thank you for joining us. I have my lovely Miss, well, she doesn't really even need an introduction. Everyone knows who she is.
Don't do that.
But
funny story. So last night we went to, shout out to BCW that did their show, their 25th show last night in the Bronx. And it was so funny because, so like, you know, after the show, everybody's just shooting the shit, hanging out, chilling. Like, you're chilling with the wrestlers, chilling with the people backstage or whatever. So we're like leaving. And one of the wrestler guys, like, he asked me, he was like, "You look so familiar," and I was just like, because he thought I was like in something else, and I was like, no, like some video, and I was like, no,
that's not me.
That's not me. But he was like, no, but I know you though, and I was just like,
from where?
Yeah, I was like, oh, so since you're talking, I do a podcast, blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, I know Jabate's podcast, and I was like, oh, and then he was
just
like,
oh, sink in.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and then he had to throw in the you were beautiful, and I was just like, oh, you have a blessed night. And I had to walk away.
And then you had to take the...
Yeah, I was like, oh. And Wilkins was right there. And I was just like, bro, don't have these people roll up on me like that.
Yeah,
like,
you couldn't take the compliment. You couldn't take the...
Yeah, I was just like, ooh. I think that's sometimes.
Like,
yeah,
okay, like, guys, thanks.
Okay, bye.
But you got to take it in. You know, Miss Janelle from HR of the Jabate's podcast. You have to, like,
thank you.
Soak it all in. It's going to happen even more, especially after that big weekend you guys just had.
Yes, I mean, thanks to everyone that came out, the Legends NXT Takeover Toronto.
Takeover was amazing.
And then we had Summerslam hosted by Peter Rosenberg, and then Cheap Heat podcasted their pre-show with Stat Guy Greg, who is actually one of the sweetest guys and got blocked by Hogan, so he's like my new BFF.
Did he really?
He did. He definitely got had the snapshots and everything, and then he was like, "Oh, I got you one better." He blocked Hogan back, so keep the same energy is all around.
That's what you gotta do.
Thank you guys for having me again. I didn't think I was gonna come back this soon, so shout out to Sid and the team for inviting me back. I was like,
who else will we have on our Hot Girl Summer? It's a Hot Girl Summer, so gotta live through you guys, right? Anywho, so who's ready for this True Hills Heat episode 44? I'm excited to be a part of episode 44. We have to do our True Hill roll call as we do every week for everyone that views in or who is on our Facebook page. Thank you all. Let's see who our number 3 is. Beyond the Count, Mr. NK. Can't say your name, sorry, boo.
From Canada, my good friend.
Number 2, we have the True Face, Steve Salvage, of course. Always. Has he left number 2 yet, or has he made number 1?
I think it's like 3 weeks in a row. He's
still stuck in that. Still not. I mean,
number 2.
Number 2 is not bad,
Because number 1 is on like a streak. He's been out for 12 weeks or something.
And we have number 1, as always, the Negro Buck himself, Mr. Nick Jackson. So shout out to all of you guys. Good shout outs.
Wait, who is this guy? Like, he calls him the Negro Buck.
Buck, yes, Nick Jackson.
He needs to have, that's a T-shirt. Like, whoever you are, my man, next time you see Young Bucks, you need to have a shirt just like that, Negro Buck.
Just Negro Buck. That's it. Nothing else. You don't even need another name.
Unless he's like a tag team partner with the same last name.
True. Yeah, we'll see. Anywho, and we need to give a shout out to our new subscribers to YouTube, our new highlights of the week. Izzy Campbell, shout out to you.
What up?
Yeah, Izzy, love you, boo. And then we have a new person that came upon our page, which is Miss Sam Kaufman, one of my co-workers. Love you. Thank you for subscribing. She's not really a wrestling fan, but she's just subscribed just to show love. So we need our numbers and show support. So they were really excited when I told them about my show when I couldn't hang out with them today. So I made them all subscribe to my page in the bar yesterday. So thanks for the love. So let's start. Are we ready to just like dive on in? Actually, plug. We have to give a plug.
And
comments, please.
Some comments from the fans. Sarisa Pina says, "Good afternoon to you, ladies."
Good afternoon. I feel like Vanna White with this bottle because we're about to have like the ultimate drink championship.
Right. I need my boy to give me some ice over here while I like put this in.
Your butler. There he goes. Your man.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
JK. JK.
Lorraine Bunker Smart says kayfabe babe in the house.
Hey, hi, Lorraine.
Dwayne Dickey says, "What's good, ladies? Loving the takeover."
Thank you.
And he
Hello.
also says that NWA tribute shirt though.
Hey! Shout out to everyone that has noticed that my lovely shirt. Shout out to 20 by 20 podcast.
Yes.
They blessed me with this amazing shirt. And shout out to you to knowing it was the NWA. Because people were like, oh, that's a cool NWA. Actually, no, it's NWO.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
But actually, if you can't really see it, it has The Giant, which I think is fucking dope. My favorite is Ted DiBiase, Scott Hall, Nash, Bishop.
They went really in on that t-shirt.
Hogan. But yeah, but shout outs once again to 20 by 20 podcast. I'll put the link actually in the True Heels Facebook group where you can purchase the shirts, because you can purchase t-shirts.
And one more before we continue, Austin with a disclaimer.
Which
Comments about hair will get you cussed out.
Cussed out.
Thank you, Austin. At least you said that in the beginning of the show so no one else can say it afterwards, you know? So let it be known because you will get cussed out.
Yep, all the way.
I have to do a real plug before we start our show, but a huge plug to Battle Club Pro. They are having their big show on September 28th. Is that in Brooklyn?
Yes, in Brooklyn.
Is in Brooklyn?
2 o'clock. It will. Java Tears Podcast is the official sponsor of the show.
Woo!
Where you have Tessa Blanchard versus Anthony Bowen.
Nice.
You have LAX's last indie appearance. So
they did it already.
They don't know where they're going yet. So it's their last independent show. And then also you have Darius Carter on the card. You have Tasha Steele.
I loved him. Oh my God, did I love Mr. Darius Carter?
Did you not see the look on?
He's amazing.
On the internet, interwebs has him kicking the shit out of a female last night, but it was the biggest pop of the night.
What?
I must say, and she kind of deserved it. So
Wow.
Just saying. No shade.
Interesting. Okay. So, let's just start our diving into this week. We had a week of wrestling. I want to say we had the G1 final finish last weekend. We had NXT and we had Summerslam. Did I miss anything else that we missed?
Oh my God.
It was too much wrestling.
I feel like every weekend is wrestling at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Like it just is nonstop. So, but no, I think that's pretty much the big highlights of things that are going on.
But one in news, breaking news, we have now. Did I say this last week that we were watching the G1 Classic? Reminds me of what? King of the Ring.
Woo!
How did I predict that? I don't know.
Because you know your shit. Like,
but now we have it back, which I am really appreciative. Hopefully they don't mess it up. But WWE is now bringing back the King of the Ring tournament. They've been showing showing real good clips of old King of the Rings and making wrestlers, talk or pay homage to them. So it's returning back this Monday. We have the tournament starting. We have participants as Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Miz, Cesaro, Buddy Murphy, Baron Corbin,
Alliance. He's been missing.
Elias, Ali, Andrade, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Cedric Alexander, Black Excellence, Apollo Crews, Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, Ricochet.
This fine ass.
Semifinals will be at, yes.
Chad Gable out here looking like a whole snack. I don't know what his haircut. I don't know what it is.
I told you he should have got rid of that mess, the headband, all of it.
I don't know what it is, but man, oh man. Whole snack.
Okay, see, hot girl summer. You right? It's getting hot in here.
What about Angle's son, JJ?
I mean, we gonna sip on that one.
All right,
Just gonna sip my good old summer coolada, strawberry lemonade on that.
To be determined, we'll see. Not my cup of tea per se, but who knows?
Neither is Chad Gable, but hey. Gotta acknowledge.
But this is one thing. The semifinals will be at MSG for Raw and SmackDown. I guess that's something to help to get some more ratings. Maybe try to pull in, more bucks. Who knows? But they running scared up in this bitch. So, what do you think about this King of the Ring coming back?
I am super excited. King of the Ring is like one of my favorite old school pay-per-views. I posted on our Facebook group. I was watching the '93 King of the Ring. Once I heard it was like starting, I started doing like my own like little countdown of like, all right, tonight I'll watch '93. The next night I'll watch like '95. Like I'll jump around because like shout outs to WWE Network because like it's so much easier to like navigate.
Yes, you see it.
Like, you can find shit based on superstars now.
Right.
You can find shit just based on the pay-per-view itself and every year. Like, just navigation. Like, kudos to whoever changed that because
the layout was like
the layout
crap.
was very...
It's
like,
more simplified.
basic.
Like, if you just put in chairs and tables, whole list of these things will come up with that has...
So I was watching 93 the other night, and the opening match was Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, and I was just like, damn, this is so
now
good.
that was a snack. Mr. Perfect was a snack.
See,
a whole snack in itself. What?
See, there you go. I'm
Don't
trying to
let
think,
me,
like who back in the day was like a whole snack? Like,
Mr. Perfect was definitely a whole snack, I would say.
I can't like.
Who else was a snack?
Shit, it's so hard because like
Bastion Booger.
What?
Really? Is that what we doing?
To each their own.
Wait, but I'm mad. We both was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, excuse me. It's hard. Like the 80s, everyone just still look old.
Macho
too,
Man
so.
to me.
Macho Man was always a whole joint, and then some.
How could we not forget? How could we forget that one?
Like Macho King and everything.
Macho
whole joint.
When he was king?
I was jealous of Sherry, and not even gonna hold you to it. I was like, man, listen. You know what? Booker T back in the day, man.
King Booker.
Dwayne says ladies loved Rick Rude.
No.
I mean, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I
like the
Rick Martel wasn't bad when he was the model, maybe.
With Rick Rude, I liked more of the persona, but to me, I wasn't dropping drawers to him, so it was like, oh, this is cute, but I still went smash, so it is what it is. But like, I don't know, but no, Booker T when Harlem Heat first came out in WCW, man, I was
the
like,
flat tops.
I was like the high top. I was like,
No.
man, it's like, man, Black excellence early in the game. I see you.
I had low key he was good like with Sharmell as King Booker too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was a snack in itself when he was just being all by himself.
I'm not gonna hold you. Shelton Benjamin has looked like a whole snack. I feel like his entire career. Like,
too bad they don't treat him like one.
has so much potential.
I mean,
so much potential.
But out of these guys that are going to be competing in this King of the Ring tournament, who are you seeing as like our top person that's going to be giving us a lot of things? Who do you think is going to win? What do you feel?
Oh boy, it's so hard because you have like the first round. They already given us Ricochet and Drew, and no shade to Ricochet, but Drew's probably gonna win that.
Yep.
And then they give Kevin Owens and Elias in the first round.
Kevin Owens
gonna win that.
Ali is definitely gonna win.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
After
this thing with
Buddy showed up. Like, and I've been a Buddy Murphy fan from NXT days, and I always thought he was the stronger out of the two in his tag team. Mm-hmm. I think that Buddy may actually get at least into the finals.
Really?
The way that, because Roman, everybody knows I'm not a Roman fan, but Roman put him over even in a loss.
That was actually a really good match.
Put him over. So, like, I just hope that King of the Ring, actually the winner isn't someone like, honestly, I hope it's not like a Drew or Kevin Owens, to be honest, because back in the day, King of the Ring was like the one thing where this is how you kind of jumpstart your career kind of thing. Like when Austin won, it was the whole Austin 316 was born. Mm-hmm. Even when Bret won in 93, it was like, all right, then he became WWE champion. Like everyone's career kind of like took another like level up when they won King of the Ring.
It kind of like catapulted it or like kind of like jump started it to like get to the next level.
So like for me, I would want someone like Cedric Alexander to win. Shout out to Cedric. Happy 30th birthday
I would love Cedric to win. So Cedric has been doing his thing these last couple of Monday nights. Really, really good.
He like my top three would either be him, Andrade.
I'm definitely saying Andrade. Definitely.
And Buddy Murphy, to be honest. Anyone else that's in it has like have an established career, I feel like, and I feel like King of the Ring should be like an actual way to just say this is the person that's going to take us into 2020 and kind of like be one of the top guys.
I low-key wouldn't mind Andrade winning, especially like having Zelina Vega on the mic with him. That can be like a whole little
Charlotte, you know. Those things
he's winning belt, you know.
Those things are a plus.
Yeah, hey, like to help catapult my man's career too, you know.
She out here teaching him English in the bedroom.
Hello, let's go. I am not mad at that at all.
At all.
Not at all.
At all.
Anybody in comments, please?
Absolutely. So we got Lorraine and Dwayne.
Lorraine and Dwayne? Are y'all relate like Dwayne Wayne?
I'm sorry, actually.
Wayne?
Lorraine and Brandon, they feel that the King of the Ring should have been a solo pay-per-view.
I definitely agree with that, like it used to be.
No, but my issue with that would have been they would have had, the tournament would have been both male and female. Like they would have had no choice.
True.
But to do King of the Ring for both male and female.
And do the first Queen of the Ring.
Right, and it just would have been
a bad idea, though.
They did it in Saudi Arabia.
No, hell no. No, please no. Even though they want Goldberg to come back. Apparently.
Shit, they want everybody. They out here.
Apparently, so supposedly
Even
that.
though he's Jewish?
You know what? See,
He was there, though.
He was there. And he performed. He didn't do well, but he performed.
They want him to spear open some more oil rigs.
Hey, listen. I mean,
That's
I don't know. I don't know,
That's
really,
extreme.
to be honest. Hey, it is what it is.
All right, Dwayne also says, I'm calling Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy in the finals.
Ooh, okay.
Austin says, if Corbin wins, he will now be general manager at Applebee's with his outfit.
Austin's so stupid.
And Lorraine says, if Ali is in it, him and Cedric, but I can see Buddy, they are pushing him recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so Sid always gets on me because I call it a porno. But the G1
because of the Climax.
I mean, it sounds like G1 porno is the title name of the next porn that's gonna drop out. You know.
I mean, they do it every year. So, could you imagine them doing like an annual porno like type of thing?
You know, to be the tournament, who can like last the longest?
Actually, before we continue, a good question from Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
He'd like to know, what is the King of the Ring tournament going to do for the superstar that wins?
Like she just said, back in the day, it was supposed to be the catapult of that person's career. This person now that wins, hopefully, maybe, but you know the emoji that go like this? I don't know. Not
Yeah,
really
I use that emoji. That's like my top 5 emoji that I use.
And the one that goes over your head like that one.
Yes.
That's like, so I got that one, and I got that one.
And it's the brown skin girl one. I got that one and that one.
The purple shirt on, yep. I would hope that it would catapult their career. Not being very optimistic, though. What storyline would be for them?
I just don't want whoever's in the back dealing. I just don't want Baron Corbin to win because it'd just
Definitely
be like
don't.
It'll be a complete waste. Like it'd be like if you guys really wanted Baron to really like get that heat that he was getting, he should have. Him and What's Her Face should have won against Becky and Seth. If that was really what you guys were gonna do, have him win the King of the Ring. Yeah,
him and Lacey would have beaten, and they would have became the champions, and then everyone would have really hated them.
Baron would have been ridiculous. So the matter of the fact that he lost,
I think they would have took Brock before they took him. And you know how everyone feels about Brock.
No, but actually, I'm not mad at Brock. Actually, I don't think I found, and I guess we'll talk about it when we get to SummerSlam. But I just found it interesting that he lost clean. If you were gonna do that, why did he even win Money in the Bank? There's just so many questions.
You're right. We'll get to that topic,
but we'll get there.
But as far as the G1 Classic, that was last weekend, and it finished finally after like all these weeks. How long was this damn thing?
5 weeks.
It felt like forever.
It felt like every week people coming here like,
I was talking about that
week
shit.
number 2, like was like what, round 500? Like, come on, like what? Did we not finish with this shit?
No, you know what it was though. It was nights, so I think that's really what it was.
It was just too much for my.
It was 19 nights in total.
That's a lot.
A lot of wrestling nights. Hello, there was a lot of.
That's a lot.
There's a lot of endurance I had to hear with people's names I didn't even know. I saw their faces, but I didn't know their names. But I know this guy's name, which is Kota Ibushi, which I got wrong.
Who got it right?
You did.
You don't have to give him that credit. He not on camera.
Right, everybody said, you're just in the background. Like, I don't even
out here
talk to you.
producing this shit.
Right, exactly.
And trying to make you throw you under the bus. No.
Anywho.
Fucked up.
Good looks for Kota Ibushi. I said it right. Hey. Thank you.
Better than.
I've been practicing. See, I did read my notes this week. Thank you.
You guys gotta get a soundboard.
Yeah, I keep telling them that we need a soundboard.
Like he was just on the phone because Mr. Black does it, and now that we have moved into the studio, now we have an aux cord, so it like changed the whole like that one episode we did it
changes the whole
hype, like for no reason.
Once you get sound and like noises in the background, like you've made it. Like I mean, let's just call it what it is. So we have to improvise over here. We still need a little bit more budget. You know what I'm saying? So we're working on it.
That's all right, girl. Don't worry about it.
Anywho, but yes, he beat Mr. Jay White, which I really don't understand how, but I heard it was a really good match. I got the highlights on my phone, so on my, my to-do list. But anywho, another big thing that happened on Monday. If you guys missed it, spoiler, but you've probably seen it on your feed. Everyone have seen it. Everyone has talked about it, which I'm loving, the new blue hair.
Blue hair.
Blue hair. Miss Sasha Banks, the boss herself, is back. And I love your comment because you said, bitch, we was waiting for your ass to come back. What the hell you been at?
Bitch, like
we know her, like, bitch, like, where you been, girl?
Like, so
Come
shout out
on.
to my homegirl Janelle that does a podcast with Blue. She's a huge Sasha Banks fan, like huge.
Hi, Jenna.
And
Mixed Tag Match podcast.
And like we did brunch like maybe last month or something. I had asked her, I was like, listen,
where's your girl at?
I said, yo, your girl coming back? She was just like, I said, your girl coming back though? She's like, I don't know. I said, your girl's coming back. Like,
you called it? Did you really call it?
Your girl's coming back. Yeah, like I just feel like the position that I think it takes, and I'm proud of her for taking the absolute time to just say, you know what, this is my time. Because you have to realize they're human beings too. And like when you're always on the road, you're always on the go. This is all you know. Sometimes you need a breather. And I think if they would have did the heel turn while like right after WrestleMania or right after
it wouldn't have been good.
It wouldn't have gotten the pop that she got on Monday.
Yep.
Like it just would have been like finally. But now it was more of like finally you're back. And then it was like oh shit and you're heel. Like it was like a double like yes. Like it was like oh you guys gave me the end of the summer present that I appreciate. So I am super excited.
But people mostly forget that they are working like damn near like 300
over 300 days.
Over 300 days during the year. Like they don't get days off. And they're not at home in their luxury of their own beds. They have to go to hotel rooms and then they'll probably be home for maybe like 1 or 2 days, if that, maybe. And they still have to like incorporate like time and being them and having family time. Right. I don't really even think that most of these people that are in this industry really think about that once they give it all up.
No, I think that's sometimes the beauty that, especially knowing a handful of guys that work on the independent scene. Mm-hmm. When you're kind of more on the independent scene, you have a lot more creativity, you have a lot more flexibility with your schedule, like family and things like that. And it was crazy. I had a conversation with a guy that I know, and he works independently, and he was in a whole relationship, and it was like, and he was like, yeah, we broke up because of wrestling, and I was just like, but why? And like, and when we had that conversation, I was like, I understand why now wrestlers end up either marrying or getting with other wrestlers
because it's easier.
Right, it's easier, and it's the only other person that understands
what they're doing,
the sacrifice and what you end up doing, and how you put your body on the line and your family on the line, and that's why I have tons of respect for a lot of like wrestling couples and families because it's like this is your life, like this is it. So for Sasha, it was more like if you follow her on Instagram, it was just like, girl, the cryptic messages, it felt very Sting-like. Yeah. I was like, yes. And then everybody was like, nah, she going to AEW, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
I just felt like she just needed a vacation. She just needed to unwind and just like get back to herself, like do some hair changes, see family, just unwind. Enjoy your hot girl summer, girl. Even though you married, like enjoy.
First of all, like whoever does, and I told y'all, like, they be cheating Amber out, and people be like, Amber Moon out, and everybody be like, oh, it's about here. It's like, no. You're missing the whole point. It's the presentation. Like it's about how we're
package.
It's how we're represented. Like not even gonna hold you. When Sasha came out with that purple wig, I was like,
what's she
girl, take that off.
Yeah,
like, immediately.
I was like, oh, she got that was you could tell it was a full blown wig
off
because you already know that she had changed her hair like 500 times. And it was mad high.
It was mad high.
And you know how else you could tell wigs? When it's like at the point of your unibrow, that shit was like literally like
her hair was like right over her eye, and I was just like,
and she just walking. I was like, the wig was bigger than her. Was not the wig bigger than her?
No, I was like, please. It was like she pulled out a wig from like NXT Takeover Brooklyn 1. Like it was just like, bitch, where did you get that from? You used that like 30 times. Like you know how like some people reuse hair. It was like that is the earliest hair that you had. But her coming back, attacking Natalya, beating the shit out of Becky Lynch. Like, my girl came back and said a whole statement. Like, she just said, I'm here.
So, if that's the next, thing that's for Becky Lynch, I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yep. Cheers on that.
Let's do that.
I'm here for that.
I'm here for it.
That's boring. She's boring.
It's not her fault. Sorry, guys. You know.
Nope.
But anywho, like I feel like even going back to like being in relationships, I feel like even like the whole Seth and Becky thing, we don't need to know that shit. Like let them be who they are.
It's super awkward. Like I just want to know what they talk about at night. No bullshit. Like I'm like, what do you have in common? Like besides like CrossFit and wrestling, it's like
they don't have nothing else in common.
Do y'all have a favorite movie together? Like
maybe they like comedies. Maybe they
like
maybe they like ice cream in bed. I don't know.
I don't get it. But whatever works.
I mean,
because it's the same. Honestly, it's the same with Charlotte and Andrade. When I first found that out, I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Because one don't speak English, and the other one do. So I'm very confused on how they communicate.
I'm sure he makes up for it real good, though. Hello.
Cheers.
So, comments, please, baby Seth.
All right, Austin says, don't let all of that distract you from the fact that Corey Graves was right about Sasha all along.
Yo, I know Michael Cole creamed his whole pants saying the boss on Monday Night Raw. Like I was like, this nigga's been waiting.
Larry Morgan, in regards to the marriages, either it ends up good or it ends up like Matt Hardy, Lita Edge. No in between.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Yep. Shout out to Larry Morgan and Toxic Talk. Yep, I agree.
Dwayne Dickey would like to know, how do you ladies feel about Kiera Hogan, Mia Yim, and Sasha as the Blue Hair Crew?
Bitches had blue hair way before them, so like I just don't understand. Like,
would you have preferred it was like orange,
red,
or yellow?
And Kiera's had orange hair. She's had orange red hair. Like, it's not.
We've been changing hair from forever. Yeah.
It's not about the hair. It's just more of the. It's once again the persona and the presentation. Like what Mia, because the thing I've been reading online more is like people feel like they don't connect to like the gimmick of her.
Mia.
Which I can kind of understand because it's like. Who are you?
Right, because even when for her interest for Take, I was like,
the song is hard though.
The song, yeah, but like for her, like I don't. That shit is hard. But her herself and like her get up, her gear, all that stuff, I don't. Yeah.
But that's been. I feel like even her working on the indies, I feel like that's just been her. So I don't know. They have to figure out where the disconnect in that is. Like I just don't, and I don't even know what it is. And sometimes I can pinpoint it, but like this one, I'm like,
you can't put your finger on it.
I don't know. And the fact that to me, and I'll save my comment about Mia Yim and Shayna Baszler because people low-key was shitting on the match. But
okay, yeah, we'll talk about that when the NXT time comes.
One more comment before moving on from Sir Wilkins with his hot take. Sasha is the best thing to happen to women's wrestling in a while.
What? But
the ongoing saga because Sir Wilkins is my co-host of the Job Taste podcast. He's presented like who's the bigger star, like who has the more star power, Sasha Banks or Charlotte, and it's been like the most ongoing like kind of conversation that and it's a good conversation because they.
So he's saying Sasha is better than Charlotte
in terms, I think, of star power. Yes.
Wow, really? I have to totally disagree with you, sir. Sorry, I love me some Sasha,
but
I feel like Sasha. I mean, look, see, drinking. I feel like Charlotte is the more dominant one out of the two, more because she's been pushed more. I think she's more elevated. She's been more character-wise. I feel like she's more better than Sasha was. That's the overall package. Let's just.
I mean, I'm always gonna say that.
Now I love me some Sasha.
Charlotte to me is always gonna have the bigger because of the name.
You think so?
But I don't take that away from how athletic she is. I don't take it away from how good of the mic she is, how she can tell a story in the ring. Like, I don't take any of that away. But, like, just when you kind of pull back a little bit and you see just outside of wrestling, Sasha Banks has a more different impact on, I think, culture-wise than Charlotte. Because, like, when you pull back, like, who gave her a shoe deal? Who gave her, the whole dolls thing? Like, to me, I always go back and I say, like, they put Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss on the first Indian show. They were the only females to wrestle on an Indian show. Right. Like, to me, certain things, opportunities Sasha has had, Charlotte hasn't had. But once again, there's opportunities Charlotte has had that she hasn't had.
So they both, I think they're both, like, ranking, like,
to me,
neck and neck.
Out of the four, those two were always my go-to because Bailey, to me, is, like, two-year-old milk. And then Becky is like 1-year-old milk, so it's like,
really one? Damn.
Yeah. So
I mean, out of the 4, they are the bigger ones. But I mean, Bailey's definitely a dead last. Becky's definitely 3 for me.
Solid.
But
I agree.
2 more comments. Wilkins with his olive branch. Sasha has the it factor and Charlotte is wrestling royalty. And Gerard says, it's funny that everyone forgets out of the 4, Bailey is the only Grand Slam and Triple Crown champion.
Yeah, but guess what? When I mentioned that about Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. John Moxley, everybody was like, no, but Steph is still better. Oh, Roman is still better.
No.
Like, titles doesn't always, to me.
They don't even
Right now, titles aren't even in, the category or, the prestige that it's in right now.
But I got another one for you, whoever just said that.
We sharing ice here,
right.
y'all.
I got another one for you. What have those accolades done for Bailey?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So, we're back in the same.
Her winning Money in the Bank was their, olive branch.
There you go. Exactly.
It was here, we know you've been working so hard the past 6-7 years. Let's give you Money in the Bank. And I will say the pop she got when she won,
which was worth it. I think it was really good. I didn't pick her as my winner at that
time,
definitely was
not my winner.
I definitely didn't, hey, to each his own, but it is what it is.
Oh, you might want to pass that ice pack.
Yeah.
Young man.
Sorry, we're refilling our drinks. Sorry, because, top guy JJ is not here. So read another comment.
In his honor.
Right?
Brian Loveless with one more comment in regards to women. Has Bianca Belair lost her shine after losing?
Someone else just asked me that same question last week. They was like, yo, Belair has fell off. And I'm like, what happened? They gave the shine to her husband. Now she can't get no shine? What's going on? I'm just saying, we can't get no type of, power couple type thing going on. Let her win.
Second Becky.
Just exactly.
That's bullshit.
Right.
That's bullshit.
And I need the WWE to get Street Profits a better T-shirt. That SP is not gonna work.
Why the fuck? That's shit. Not gonna work. Mine was how the fuck you have them as your NXT champions and they don't have merch. One little Saturday night, I was sitting here
I said that to y'all. I was I would have, I'm waiting to purchase, but look how long Bianca had to take to get her shirt.
True.
It took her a very long time. And she was even in the Summerslam, she was at NXT last year, Brooklyn, against Shayna. And she still had no merch. She didn't get merch until maybe, December.
But all across the board, I feel like the only, true, merch that they really have is for Undisputed Era. After that, everybody kind of falls to the wayside.
I
need NXT
and
Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah, I think those are the only ones that get real
NXT
preference.
to really get together some merch for real, just across the board. Because when I went to TakeOver last year in Chicago for Money in the Bank, it was more or less and Dream still has one fucking shirt that kills me. How the North American champion only has one T-shirt or 2.
I think it's two.
He should honestly, Dream is on that level of how every city Brock has a suplex city and he has a city that he's in. Dream can do the exact same thing for him. If they're in Brooklyn, they can do the Statue of Liberty just like how his interest was and have Dream on that shirt. Just
they could have did something with Canada. He was dressed as a damn Mountie. Come on, I don't understand. How y'all not capitalizing on this merch? People would buy it. It will so.
Listen, I told y'all even on Saturday, I was like, if they even put Street Profits logo on red cups, I buy that shit.
I would buy a red cup.
I buy a 12-pack and play beer pong with that shit. I don't understand.
Me personally, I love a red cup. My husband hates it. I love her.
So Jaquan had went to the takeover that was in Connecticut where Street Profits won, and he got a red cup and gave it to me. I was like, it's just a regular ass cup, but I know where it's from. I know what it's for.
Gotcha.
I know. So that's what matters.
And you know who had touched it. So therefore, and it was a purpose behind it. So therefore, I don't understand why they're not capitalizing on merch, glasses. We buy stuff for our homes. Give me a red cup. Give me a disposable red cup I could keep reusing.
That's what I'm saying.
Insulate that bad boy. Come on.
Hire us. What the fuck y'all waiting for?
I'm just saying. Hello. It's not.
But it's a good question. With Bianca Belair, just to come full circle with it, I don't know what happened. To be honest, when was the last time we seen her on NXT? I don't know.
She's
been a
minute,
by far
right?
one of the most athletic women on that roster, and I just don't understand how Like,
and her hair is laid down, so I don't understand. It can't be her hair.
Super laid. It's definitely not her presentation at all.
Her presentation is always together.
On point. Even with a fuck, because we all know that ponytail is attached, but it does not matter because it is on. Like,
and it's never coming off.
It's never coming off. Like, I could pull that bitch even if I was on the crowd, front row. Like, come here, and that shit would stay on. So I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I can see why they didn't have Shayna lose her because. I told Lucas that the other day. I said the way they're building Shayna is exactly how they did Asuka right before. And I feel like the same way where Asuka just dropped the title before she went on the main roster is the same way I feel like they're going to do with Shayna. There's just going to be like, well, Shayna pop up on like Raw or something and they'll be like, next week, well, we're going to do a tournament to find out who's going to be the number one contender or who's going to win the... And it's just like... It's too much sometimes. It's like you take things that could be so simple and make it so complex. Like
that's what you do when you work at WWE. They do that shit. But speaking of news, someone that is like killing the WWE is AEW. They just announced that Shawn Spears and Jon Moxley will be on their 10/9 AEW TNT show, which is signs of. What the hell did you write on this shit?
They signed. I'll do it for you, girl.
What the hell? AEW, this is why I don't read these things. Like, girl, come on. Like,
clearly I know who the Mr. Black of the crew is because Mr. Black don't ever read shit. AEW had just signed Orange Cassidy. So if you haven't seen Orange Cassidy live and in color, I highly recommend doing it before October because it's one interesting character. I do believe he was at Double or Nothing as well.
See, he put slashes. That's clearly a period, first of all.
Don't worry about it. Okay. I got you.
I mean, punctuations are very important, you know.
See?
Run on sentences.
She got 2 kids, she understands. But Orange Cassidy being signed to AEW, I think is a very good pickup for them. And I love the gimmick, so I think it's super unique.
Yo, AEW is out here trying to they having a hot girl summer themselves. They trying to win all these hoes out right now. I'm just saying.
You know, but see, the people, and I tell people this all the time, the people think that it's like WWE, that's like, oh my God, like, it's people you forget to realize, like, Ring of Honor is out here struggling because AEW, like, if you were in Toronto, Ring of Honor did their summer show in Toronto, Summerslam weekend, and it looked like 10 people was in that bitch.
Shit.
Like, they are really, literally taking the heart and soul
out of all of these things.
Of all these other promotions that people are like, what do we do? Like, where do we go from here? So
they're like chickens with their heads cut off. Like, which way do we go? Which way do we go?
Exactly.
Like, they don't know what they're doing because like the next hot thing is coming up, and they're coming up with vengeance, and they're trying to realize, okay, how can we get back to where we were or what we were doing, or what can we change now to be in the same category as these other ones?
Exactly. Like, I mean, like, as everyone knows, I'm super duper high off of MLW. And the fact that they're doing a September show, I think it's September 7th in Dallas. They're doing like this chamber, like, cage match with like, I think it's like Contra Unit versus like 3 other, like Devon Eric's, what's his name?
Loki?
No, I think Loki's in it, and what's the other one? The UFC guy, the MMA guy. Lawler.
Filthy Tom.
Yeah. Who looks 10 times better with his hair cut off. So shout out to him losing that match.
See what happens when you do get haircuts? Like,
but it makes his ears look super duper bigger than
I disagree.
Oh, okay.
He don't look better?
Nah. I like the scraggly look for him, man. It
nah.
suits him. Some people it suits.
Nah, you gotta upgrade. Like when you
now he looks like George.
No, but his ears, yeah, like no bullshit though. Him cutting the hair off, you focus on the ears now, and it's huge. But like stuff like that, MLW, I feel like are doing
their white Martin Lawrence.
That's yes, actually yes, I agree. But the stuff MLW is doing is very innovative, and that's like kind of where you kind of have to go when you have like AEW kind of on the rise. Is you have to be innovative. You have to kind of think outside of the box. You have to do things a little differently. And I feel like Ring of Honor is just missing that note, like missing that step to do that. So it's super. I feel bad. Like
sounds like Impact.
Aww. Impact is they do this. They've been on a roller coaster ride since I feel like 2002. I don't know. They're
just riding the wave. They're just riding.
It's just going on. It's just like we have our good moments and we riding and we riding and we riding. And honestly, for them to lose at LAX, the hottest tag team, it just was like, what are you guys gonna do now? like, what is there to do? So
AEW is also going to have their world title defense that's going to be on 10/16 on AEW. That will be at their Philly show. So if you're in Philly, you should definitely try to get and go to that. They also sold out 2 weeks to week number 2, which is in Boston, and week number 3, which is in Philly. If you're in Boston and Philly,
fuck Boston, but
well, you know, I mean, listen.
Just saying, go Yankees.
You're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time at one of these, like. You can say that you were at one of their first 3 shows that they had that's aired on TV. Did you see that commercial too?
No, I haven't seen the commercial.
The commercial. Well, first of all, I saw the commercial. And I was like, wait, what? I had to rewind it back because I was watching something on my DVR. I was watching Claus, and
I gotta catch up on that.
Claus, damn, catch up, girl.
It's
but
so hard.
I know you get
over everything.
I know. Trust me.
That's why I was like, tomorrow I was like, all right, I gotta watch Glow on Netflix because I'm like, season 3 came out. And I'm like, all right, if I can catch it, if I can do this all in one day shot, then I'm good.
Can't you download it on your phone and watch it on the train?
Girl,
too much.
I be wanting to nap on the train.
I be feeling, nothing like a good subway nap.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing like a good 10-minute.
MTA be fucking with
what?
me. So
a good 10-minute nap.
10 minutes turn into a whole ass hour.
What? That's one of the best sleeps you ever have in your life on the train.
Yep.
Just saying. Anywho, back to what I was saying. If you are in Boston and Philly area, shout out to you all that's going to that show. I'm sure that's going to be big and epic. The first women's title defense will be in Philly on, is that 10/16?
Yes.
10/16, which is a great day, because my son was born that day.
Happy birthday.
So 10/16 will be a great day in AEW, and especially since the women are now going to get their first title defense, which is another big thing. So,
it's crazy how they picked up did I take Jazz off my team?
Yes.
Yeah, because Jazz.
Why did you do that?
Because she had stopped working with NWA, and I was just like, all right, now you're low key pointless right now because you're not getting any points. Like, what are you doing? And then the little clip that she did with Jake the Snake Roberts, I said, first of all, where the fuck did they dig up Jake to do this shit?
I mean,
that's funny.
Jake is not gonna say no. I mean, if you
I kind of like.
You probably just need dinner and
I kind of like the route that Cody and them do. Like they kind of get like those old guys that were kind of low key close to like his dad and like just the beginnings of like just old school wrestling. Like the fact, like I told people, the fact that Sean Spears, who's always gonna be Ty Dillinger to me, I don't really give a shit. Got Tully Blanchard to be your fucking like low-key manager. I was like, that is the most out of the box with genius thing. And that to me, I was like, I wish Dusty was alive, because if Dusty would have came out with Cody, it would have been such like a throwback to me. It just shows like
they're not trying to be the same thing. It's showing that they're thinking out of the box, different. And they're trying to say, you know what's going to make the crowd pop? What's going to make these people come back? What's going to make them engage in the storyline? This is what they're thinking about. This is what they're trying to convey and get people to buy their tickets, and which they are already doing, which is selling out arenas. Let's call a spade a spade. They're doing that, and they're trying to be different. They're not trying to be like the same thing that we're used to.
So now it's just more or less it has to be the execution. It has to be, like, it could be all grand and dandy on paper, but, like, the execution of it is really what's going to set them apart. What you doing over there wrong?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
You messing up stuff over there?
Yeah, we good.
You good? You sure? You trying to mess up my hot girl episode?
You being nosy. Right. You're out of control over there. I'm watching y'all.
Say this person's name for me, please.
Girl, shit. Sid? Take a wild guess.
He had next to surgery.
Food item, what?
Right, out too.
Well, I don't have the script.
The script is right here. He wrote this person.
Hiromu Takahashi.
Takahashi, that dude right there. Yeah, he's on his way back to.
Man, I don't even know why you do this stuff. Like,
right, like you
know. Like, you don't know Hiromu.
I don't understand how you would want me to read these names and these segments.
I feel like niggas is lucky I can't even say Okada.
Right, like come on.
Let's just be real.
This is why he always
reads them. I made sure when I went to Supercard, I was like, all right, I know Okada though.
But,
I know that.
You know the basics.
Basics.
Pure basics.
Like it's like when you at level 1.
Bushi. Got him down pat.
Bushi. Got that.
Got that down pat.
After that, goes.
Anyway, that dude is on his way back to New Japan.
Did he almost die?
Yes, he landed on his neck in San Francisco last year.
Well, y'all was there.
Okay. Maybe Seth were in the front row.
See, okay, so I know the story, but I don't know the name. Like, how about that?
Sorry, guys. Going off the rails. Anywho.
Well, he almost broke his neck.
Right, he broke his neck. He's back from surgery, so he's on his way back. We're wishing you a speedy recovery. Hope all is well with that. Baby Seth, comments. What's going on in the spotlight?
Comments. Okay.
I'm sure they're talking a whole lot of shit.
Whole lot of shit.
Gerard Rayford says, as much as I'm looking forward to AEW, if WWE pushes The Fiend, AEW will have problems, in my opinion.
With one person, though? No, come on. That's one person out of a whole product. Come on.
Global brand. They're different. Let them be apart. Let AEW define itself. Like, let's not
stop
sit
comparing
here with the
them.
shit.
Larry Morgan feels that LAX is going to WWE.
I do too.
Do you really think so?
I do too.
Why?
So, funny story. So, I went to BWF show like 2 weeks ago.
I would hope they wouldn't mess up things like that.
And Santana was there, and this guy. And I was just kind of in the cut. But I was listening and stuff, and the guy, like one of the wrestler guys, had asked her. He was just like, "Yo, you've been such an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love what you guys are doing. Like, I'm super excited to see where." He was kind of trying to poach him and try to get the answer where they was going, but they actually have not like really told any. Like, it's been the most unkept secret that I've ever like come across. But I just feel like I want to see Usos versus LAX. Like, I'm sorry, like that is to me. I would buy a ticket without even know like the possibility of that. Like I'd be like, all right, cool.
So you're just gonna go?
You've see that for years.
Yeah,
I got time. I ain't shit. I mean, I'm getting old, but I ain't getting that old. I got a little bit of time.
You won't see it to its max potential either.
We don't know that. I don't know. I mean, but I don't see.
She can have dreams.
The hard part about it is like I feel like. Because not a lot of people in the WWE realm that only watches WWE knows LAX. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard. And I think that was kind of like the first like roadblock AJ had went through when he came in because he went straight to WWE. He didn't do NXT. So people had to be like, had to slowly like realize who he was. So I feel like that's kind of the route LAX will have to go. Like they kind of are in the position where they will have like kind of skip over NXT. But I mean, I would also like to see LAX versus Undisputed Era too. So at this point, but I agree with Larry actually. Like I don't know, just my gut. I think the timing. I think where they are in their careers. Like I think they may want some like guaranteed like this is what it is. This is. Like have some type of
guaranteed cash and
right,
guaranteed location of where they're going to be at.
And you can have like when you do contracts and you negotiate, you can say these are my terms and conditions, take it or leave it kind of thing. Like, and I feel like sometimes we forget like as wrestlers too, you have to kind of like look at the contract fucking Randy Orton got. like it was like you only work half the year and still get X amount of dollars. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So because Randy started that. Ziggler wanted the same kind of contract deal. Like people started taking a notice and initiative and saying, you know what, if he could do that, so can I. I can request these things, especially when my contract is now going to be up, and you guys are not really like using me to like where I need to be here all the time. I have other things like with Ziggler, he likes to do the comedy shit.
Right, he likes to be all of
sometimes be off TV, do the comedy shit, come back. Do that, then he has a little bit more flexibility. So, but once again, I don't know, my gut.
Your gut. I would like to see them against Street Profit too, low key.
Oh, see, there you go. And I think because, and I mean, as much as I love the E, of course, but I feel like the one thing AEW kind of has forced WWE into that wall is like changing the viewpoint of tag teams, and I think grabbing by far the hottest tag team should be top priority right now. So
absolutely.
One more question from Brandon V. Ray. I'm a big fan of factions. Where do you ladies stand with factions? Do you think WWE will get back to them? I believe they were the heart of the Attitude Era.
They were. I love factions.
They were the heart of every era. Like my favorite is Horsemen. Like hands down.
Yeah, Horsemen were definitely a good faction. Loved the Nation of Domination. Loved DX, of course. Love NWO, as on your shirt.
To a certain point,
yes.
Like when we just start adding
just members just to be adding them. It was
low key when Dusty got into NWO, I was like, all right, y'all doing the most. Like I can't take y'all serious no more.
They just kept adding people just to be adding, just to have them like say, okay, yeah, they're all bad guys now.
Right.
Like, it wasn't authentic anymore. And that was actually like the turning point for that whole brand in the set.
Oh shit!
The whole brand was starting to like,
yeah,
like that's when we knew it wasn't like.
One of my other favorites was the Rascals, which was Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, Chris Benoit. Oh, Radicals. Sorry.
Radicals, yes.
And
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit and wait.
Guerrero.
Malenko, Saturn.
Just the way that
Saturn, yes.
Perry Saturn. So the way that kind of entered. Like, they did the kind of reverse as what NWO did when NWO's popped up on WCW Nitro, and it was just like, when Hall did that whole promo, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here kind of thing. When they came out, it was like, it kind of felt like an invasion, but it wasn't. So, them to me is actually one of, like, the most underrated, I feel like, factions that ended up happening definitely in that time. But I don't know. Like, I feel like the only real true faction right now is Undisputed Era.
Right.
And that's it. Like, I don't really
No one else is. There's no other faction, to be honest. Like, you can't call the club a faction because that shit is garbage, so.
Oh, you don't like the club?
I love AJ and them.
That took me for a loop. I was like, oh, shit.
I think it's not. I don't think it's like.
The club?
No, honestly, I think Finn, after he takes these 2 months, that's exactly where he needs to go.
That's what exactly. I think
stick to what you know, bro. Go where you belong.
I feel like they're not booking them or giving them the right direction to go.
Y'all mean the OC?
They're them.
I said what I said.
Yeah, we said the club.
California, California, here we go.
Thank you, sir. No. We said what we said, which is the club. I think the club can be way bigger than what it is right now. I think if they get the right lines and like cause so much ruckus, they can be so big.
I think they're in the beginning stages. I think that once again, Finn take these 2 months, come back, just like low-key like how Sasha did, thinking everybody's a good old face, but then he fucking screws someone and becomes a heel and joins AJ and them.
I think it would be great. I think it would be so like authentic and bring back what they need to be in those factions and try to like bring back ruckus and like dominate the whole like Monday, Tuesday, whatever day they're gonna be on damn TV. Who knows? Who the hell knows?
Every day of the week.
I mean, we don't really know like what to call it. We don't have no wild card now, so it's like okay, everyone is just going wherever the hell they want to go. Like, what's the point of it all? Like everyone should be on everyone's show now.
I don't know. Well,
it's just the whole wild card foolishness. We see the same matches all the time. They're starting to change it up a little bit now.
That's what I'm saying. I think change takes time, and I think that they're in that process of like changing. Because like honestly, and I told Wilkins the other day, I said, yo, we go from Cedric Alexander running behind fucking R-Truth for that 24/7 title to him now having a whole ass match on Raw
with Drew McIntyre.
I was like, come on, like
which was another good like that. I believe that was a match of the night for me, and also what else was a good match? Oh, this was on SmackDown. Shit, why am I losing the blank? Damn alcohol, see I can't drink. Roman and Buddy. Those were the 2 matches for the 2 days. Mm-hmm. I believe those were really good matches. And it both showed that these guys can go toe-to-toe with someone that's quote-unquote bigger than they are, or like top guy, or let's say like not middle class, but you know, they're like middleweights basically, and they're they're mid-card. There you go, thank you. They're mid-carders, and for them to go with the bigger guys of the company, the top guys of the company, just shows that these are great wrestlers. These are good matches, and they can just go toe-to-toe and just put on a good story for us.
True. Well, all right, I think it's time to move on to your next segment.
Yes. So, if you did not see NXT in Toronto for TakeOver, which I think was a really good TakeOver, one of their top ones, no, but a good TakeOver nonetheless.
I think it was definitely. It wasn't like, I wouldn't say it's not memorable. Like,
yeah,
it's not something.
I feel like something was missing from this one.
It wasn't in Brooklyn.
Not even, yeah, one.
It wasn't here.
It wasn't here in Brooklyn, but I don't know, just something from the show when I was watching, I just felt like something was off a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the people that was like doing the recording, the cameras. I'm not really sure of what, like something was missing from my point of view from when I was watching. But overall, it was a good TakeOver. What do you think about TakeOver?
my one grip, and it'll probably give me so much backlash on it, is I get tired of, like, how you get tired of seeing the same matches just differently. Like, for me, last year when I went to Money in the Bank, when I went to take over in Chicago, it was Gargano Ciampa 2. And I was just like, all right, this is cool. And then when they came back to Brooklyn, they did the third one. I was like, all right, y'all wilding. Like, I can't deal with, like, the trilogy, in a sense. Like, it
have to be, like, 3 matches.
Yeah, I personally don't really care for that, but I think because how NXT builds things, it works for them.
Right. They have to have it with their 2 big guys. Got to go at least, like, 2 out of 3.
Right. So, and you don't have as many people, like, on, like, their, like, main roster to kind of, like, switch things up in a sense either.
Right.
But I do think... Now I can talk about Shayna Baszler and Mia Yim. Because as much as it, to some people, was a yawn fest, which is fine.
That one was the yawn fest of the show for me.
But to me, it was, Mia was the only probably challenger that really challenged Shayna in a different way. Like, I felt like...
I can see where you're going.
I felt like... And Bianca gave it her all the first time.
The first time, yes.
The first time, I felt like she gave 110%. The second time, I was just like, girl, either you gonna win this or you're not. But
now one, she didn't even really get a chance because she was in a triple threat.
Right.
So she didn't even really get have a number 2 against her like Io Shirai did because she was in a triplet.
I'm mad. First of all, I'm mad you put again in caps. I just realized that. But I feel like Mia gave Shayna a run for her money, and I think
it started off slow.
Yeah, and I think that's why it kind of got like a little hardcore in a sense. Like when they went out of the ring, when she hit her with the stairs, and I was just like, oh, this is some different shit. Okay, all right, I'm here for it. But I do think it could have been better. I think the build-up could have been better.
They didn't give it really much of a build-up either.
I don't think they didn't, and I don't think Mia should have had the opportunity at Toronto. I think if they would have waited to Chicago, which if you don't know, War Games for Survivor Series weekend is in Chicago. I think if they would have waited until at least Chicago, I think it would have gave fans more time to invest in Mia and gave more time to invest in actually the feud that they got going on. Because I feel like they just threw Mia in it because she was the only like person available.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, everybody's booked. All right, I'll book you last. Like, what? It just didn't, to me, make the most sense.
Correct.
So that was my only grip. I mean, I was super surprised that Dream retained because I honestly thought all the gold was going to go back to Undisputed Era. But
wait, hold on. You thought that Undisputed Era was going to win? Absolutely. They're going to have gold on all of it. So all the matches that Undisputed Era was in?
I thought they did because I thought they were going to go into...
I don't think they're ready yet.
I think they were going to go into War Games as champions. So that's why I thought they were going to all win the belts. But I do think... I think they're going to wait.
They're going to do it at Chicago.
But I think, spoiler alert, I do think we do have some new NXT tag team champions, though. I'm not going to, totally spoil it, but just saying.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Do it.
I think personally, I said...
Face.
Right?
Sometimes you got to change up. I'm like, I don't want to... Because what? I fucking hate spoilers myself. So when I read it, I was like, fuck. But I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
You talked about it enough. We spoiled Endgame on here. Go ahead and spoil it.
Yeah.
You spoiled Endgame?
Yes, we did.
That was
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I don't give a shit about that. That's fucked up.
Spoil it.
All right, fine.
Tell me, I'll tell it.
So if you do not know, and I said this on Saturday at Legends, I don't know if you remember, I said the only way Street Profits were winning at TakeOver was because Undisputed Era was going to win at a random ass NXT show, and that's exactly what happened. So your new NXT Tag Team Champions is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. So now three out of the four Undisputed Era members now have gold. So that's what I'm saying. I think they're entering War Games that way. So
that's what I see. For me, I was thinking that I said for sure that they were all losing. The only one that was going to win was Adam.
Well, yeah, Adam was going to win.
Adam was going to win regardless, whatever. But I knew that they were not ready to really kind of like do it with Street Profits because they're still getting bigger. I think they're big, but they're getting bigger in probably their eyes. And then 2, I don't think they're ready to let go for Dream to take that belt away yet.
No. Like Dream.
So for me, I knew for sure Dream was going to retain. I just knew that Street Profits was going to keep their thing, and we would go into Chicago for War Games, and then everyone would then be leaving with gold for undisputed era. Excuse me.
See, yeah, like I don't know. But
I figured more Chicago, more of a bigger town than Toronto. I want to say
definitely
for like, especially like for their takeovers. Like takeovers are like a big thing when they go to Chicago as well. Like Chicago's a big wrestling town, so like not for nothing, let's do it in Chicago.
Well, we're on the road to Chicago now because takeover has finished. But I guess you guys have match of the night either going to Cole Gargano 3. Or
I think that was
Shirai and Candice LeRae, who which I think is exactly like a female version of her husband.
Right.
But
that's not no good.
Whatever.
I don't think that's a good thing. But
not
whatever.
A good thing at all. But whatever. But Leo Shirai made me a fan from Takeover. I'm not gonna hold you to it. Like I was very like when her and Shayna went for NXT Takeover, I was just like, oh, you know, that's cool.
Yes, she's cute.
But this bitch showed out on Saturday. I was like,
did.
Oh.
Yes. I'm loving the heel turn. I don't know
I
what
love
it is.
the black hair.
I don't know what it is about a heel turn.
The theme song fit
no
her.
Pun intended. Yes.
Once again, presentation is key, y'all. She came out as a badass. She left the ring as a badass.
Like she's got like the little psycho look, but then she's like, and then she gets like the rumming of the hair. So did she have blue hair too, maybe? Like a couple of blue extensions in there?
I don't know.
I think she has some blue hair in there too. So I guess the color for the week is blue. Who knows? Anywho. But I think the whole heel turn is presentation. They waited. They tried it out and then they delivered. And she delivered.
I do. So
she was for the women, their match was match for the women.
MVP. You want to talk about that? Mr. Producer Man?
I mean, I'm not. You didn't hear me read it, did you? Because I wasn't going to.
What the fuck is this about?
Because Candice has been on the NXT roster for over a year. That was her first takeover event.
So you're gonna call her MVP?
She was the MVP.
I don't think so.
She showed up. That's
nope.
the first time she's been Candice LeRae.
Johnny Candice.
She's been Johnny Gargano's wife for a year.
So let her be Johnny Gargano's wife. I mean, like I don't know, but no, definitely not.
Fucking yawn.
No, definitely not MVP.
Mean.
I definitely would not give that to her. Who would you give MVP for the?
Not to her.
I definitely would have given. I would have given it to. I would have definitely given it to.
I don't know though.
Shirai, maybe.
Yeah, no, Leo Shirai.
Shirai, definitely. Yeah, Shirai deserves it more than.
Like to
Candice.
me, I was more invested in that match than Gold Gargano 3.
I would.
Period.
I agree with you.
Like period. Like and
like too much.
And too much is an under fucking statement. First of all, you do 3 stages of hell. I say I wish I did.
Yeah.
And first you do a whole like regular match that lasted too fucking long.
Yeah.
And then the second 4 was a street fight. Which the fuck for? Because your third match was
the same
shit, just in a cage.
What the fuck was you thinking? They should have made the whole match in the cage in the first damn place.
Right, like if you were gonna
all that shit down, and then like my whole thing, it was like, then the people not see the fucking cage up there? I mean,
it was.
We already know.
But I will say it was a great spot when they both flipped over from the top of that cage. I will give you guys that because that's the only shit I actually remember from the match. But other than that. And but that's the exact reason why I say doing like trilogies of the same fucking 2 people. It's a hit or miss.
It's hit or miss,
and it doesn't always work.
And what was this? Their second time?
This was the 3rd match, and it was just one? Like,
yeah, okay, we can't do this no more.
Like,
sorry.
No, like I mean, your boy Johnny probably gonna end up on 205 Live, whatever.
See, then they're gonna lose. He gonna be Jose. No way, Jose in the background.
Oh well.
Before we get to the comments, another spoiler: Johnny Gargano is staying in NXT.
Absolutely wonderful.
Man, that's the best news I've heard all week.
Like the whole like applause, and I was like, if this nigga's really leaving, like this, don't do it. Don't do it.
Because
you know how you watching a scary movie?
Fail.
Yes.
You will fail.
Like, you know how you watch a scary movie and you tell that girl, don't go through that door, girl. Don't go through that door.
Don't go through Gorilla. Don't do it.
You know the black people die first. Don't go through that door, girl. They're going to kill you.
That is the best news ever because, and I'm telling you, it was a gift and a curse that Ciampa fucking had that surgery. It was a gift and a curse because it made them realize like, oh shit, he really can't be on this top roster without him.
I wasn't ready for them to come over
Ciampa, I know, would have probably excelled and would have been fine on his own, but Gargano,
I don't know. It's hit or miss.
My man needs a whole life vest.
I still don't want them to come up yet.
No, yeah, it's the same way I feel about Dream.
I don't want them, leave them where they are. Let them stay there, especially like now that they're going to have this like new TV deal foolishness that's going to come happen. Just don't let Vince touch it.
Side note though, shout outs to, I'm always going to say the name that I know, ACH, which I think is in NXT, Jordan Miles, who won the tournament to now he can face any champion that he wants, or I do believe over the next year.
Really?
Like, it was kind of like their Money in the Bank kind of situation, but they did a whole tournament of it.
Okay.
And he won, and I was totally surprised. I was like, oh, we out here. Black excellence is real. Appreciate you, Trips. I like it. I dig it. So shout out to Jordan Miles for winning that.
Good for him.
Now you guys have some comments.
From the heels. Steve Salvage says, Io versus Candice stole the show. Wilkins says that Io's outfit was fire. He also says
I can't stand Larry Morgan, I swear. I cannot stand him.
He also says the first two TakeOver Brooklyns will never be topped.
No,
Probably not.
Ever.
Justin Wayne James, cool name.
That sounds like Jimmy Wayne Yang.
Yo, these people be having some like these.
Yo, no disrespect.
I feel like they're characters. I don't even think that they're real
hilarious.
names. I really don't think so.
Justin Wayne James says the cage match at the third fall of Gargano Cole was amazing and sad to not see the thumbtacks not being used. Okay, well, hey.
You really weren't though.
And,
it wouldn't have made no difference.
I have a question, actually.
Okay.
So now that NXT, supposedly, reportedly, is going to be on FS1 or whatever.
USA.
See, I told you. I told you.
All right,
I told him that before we started recording.
It's going to be on cable television. Let's say 2 hours. So now it's going to have. Let's say it's going to have advertising now. Will these NXT superstars get paid more money now?
They should.
Yeah.
I would hope
if that's
so.
the case, then I don't think there's any qualms about them not going up to the main rosters.
They can stay where they are.
The biggest issue is that they're getting paid.
But I think
crap in NXT. Yeah,
because it was the same issue with Lio Rush. The same issue Lio had.
That's why he's not there no more. Yeah,
was like, listen, y'all ain't paying me what I feel like I deserve, kind of situation. And it was just like, when you add up merch, appearances, licensing, all type of shit, you end up getting more money. The more out, and that's why I always say sometimes the outside exposure. That's why New Day, I tell people all the time, will never, like, it'll be the worst economically thing for them to do to break up.
They can't break them up.
Like, you guys make more money together than apart, so you can never do that. But I feel like and I feel like if NXT once again is on its own brand, its own merit, then you don't have that need of calling people up.
Yeah,
you don't have that need. Mm-hmm. It's like, think of it like when WCW had well, it's not a great example, but when they had Saturday Night on WCW, or like when Sunday Night
Thunder,
or when they had Thunder.
Those weren't brand extensions per se.
But that's how NXT is. To me, I feel like if it goes on cable, it'll be more of a brand expansion, because then you have guys like you had the Fandango and you had the Tyler Breeze going back to NXT. So to me, it's like they're picking up.
Look at Tyler Breeze. He's like more,
which he should have never left, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, again, he is more. He goes back to NXT, and look at him, very popular.
That's just more, I think, of a speed for certain people.
Right. I think the bigger stage is not for everyone.
Yeah, just like how WWE is not for everybody. Like
that too. I mean, absolutely.
It is what it is. But I think NXT being treated as a brand extension, I think, is the way to go.
All right, Austin, with some more comments. I'd ruin my credit for Io.
Yo. First of all, she would think you about 5 years old.
Right. She was like, whose son is this?
Whose child is this?
Larry Morgan. Uh-oh. Krssi is tipsy. I see it all over her face and in her eyes.
Shut up, Larry Morgan.
Krssi is super lit. Yo, I'm crying.
Yo, I can't stand him,
yo. Randy Ray, the Ciroc Summer Colada hit different without any chaser.
We're on a show. We can't.
All one.
Stat King. Yo, she looks it, Larry. Larry, Krssi, please do like your shirt says and ...
Yeah. Thanks, Larry. Appreciate you.
What an ass.
Right, always.
Still love him though.
Never turns off, right? Okay, so back to my favorite, the G1 Climax, of course. Segue to that, right?
Back to my favorite thing of all time. This Climax, y'all.
Right. Anywho, back to this. So your boy Jay White beats Naito. I got it right. L for the B block. And
but
then,
you're not gonna say that first name though.
Nope, not even gonna do it.
Tetsuya.
Yo, how the fuck do you really like?
Tetsuya Naito.
You watch it enough times.
Right. I mean,
Shout outs to the fucking ring announcers because they fucking kill me because the back and forth between English and Japanese is the funniest. It's the craziest switch.
That's what people get lost in.
Right. So when I was at Supercard, I was like, who? What? Huh? What's huh? Who? Okay. Okada? All right, got it. Copy.
Anywho, yeah, so as I said, his last name, which is Naito. He wins the B block, then Ibushi beats White to win the whole G1 Climax. Did they have like a whole big like spur of the Climax?
And they
to,
put
like,
him in
Sperm.
what?
I said spur, not sperm. Get your heads out the damn gutter, guys. Thanks.
They had confetti.
I wonder why we think
The
that.
first time I'm actually with y'all now, I was like, girl, whoa. This show just got turned all the way up.
An award for him, yes.
Beautiful. That sounds wonderful. Shout out to him for winning. Now see, Shingo. I got it.
Hey.
Shingo. No, I'm not doing that. No.
She can do 2 syllables.
Shingo. Thank you. Especially
I'm
when
glad it's
thinking-
her and not me. Because I'm thinking like, bleep. One against Zack Sabre Jr.
Right.
Because that's who the fuck I know.
Word. Exactly. See, you didn't even let me get that part yet. See?
Oh, those are points though, because I got Zack Sabre Jr. Side note.
She's like, let me write this down.
I had to circle that shit like, ooh.
Like she didn't even know that. Thank you.
Had no fucking clue, but points. I don't even know who the fuck I share that with, but thank you.
So as SP3 has said, Shingo in a banger of a night on night 18. Like, who was watching all this shit? Sabre Jr. beats
Boy.
Okada
Your
and
boy.
Tana.
Yo, what time is it?
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi getting physical in the first time in 2 years. Ooh. He says match of the night was Ibushi and White.
The biggest thing is Kenta joined the Bullet Club, the end.
Yes.
I mean-
joined the Bullet Club, which led to Shibata getting physical for the first time in 2 years.
But regardless of
Hey.
all that other jazz,
Yep.
Kenta joining the Bullet Club is the highlight
The
of that
only real
entire
club?
thing.
The
No,
real club-
Shibata getting physical. Shibata had a headbutt in a match 2 years ago that caused
injured.
bleeding to his brain. And
Wow.
he was never supposed to wrestle again.
That's-
And he got physical for the first time. in
Think
2
of it
years.
like Daniel Bryan coming back.
Exactly.
Okay.
But I knew that was
I know,
happening. But that's either here or there.
Right.
I digress. If you go back to season 2 of the Job Takes podcast, I kept saying that. But
Quick comment from
Whatever.
Austin. Now Krssi knows how white teachers feel trying to pronounce names in good schools.
like Shaniqua, like I fucking hate you, Austin. Like,
Hey, Aaron!
Hey, Ron!
D nice!
First of all, Jaquan. First of all, that is the
Jaquella.
Jaquilla. That is the best. I mean, best.
Shaniqua. Like, so random shit. That's mad funny.
That is the best segment from
Fucking
their
Austin.
show ever. If you have not seen the Keen and Peele episode when they're in the classroom and he's naming the kids' names, yo, that is like classic black excellence at its finest. I don't know what it is, but yes, Austin, that is definitely how white teachers feel.
Whatever.
Anywho, moving on. SP3 says that the Shibata was the MVP of that. To each his own. Whatever. Let's go to SummerSlam.
Next!
Let's go to SummerSlam and what happened at SummerSlam.
I can pronounce these.
Yeah, we can definitely.
Seth fucking Rollins.
Trish Stratus. Kofi Kingston.
Yup.
So let's just like go into what we think was one of the highlights for SummerSlam. I know what mine was. What was yours?
It's a tie.
It's a tie? Oh, okay. We like ties.
Trish Stratus coming out and showing out. Period. End of
Her
story.
ring of tie was horrible though. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Like no one wants to see a
First of all, when she
mother
first-
or two with two sides out like that. Like no.
First of all, when
No,
she
ma'am.
had her interview, you could see her boobs were in her neck. Let's just call it what it is. I was like, oh, so we're gonna have.
It wasn't flattering.
It was not. So we're gonna have the battle of the cleavage, which is Charlotte has her own big
Charlotte
girls.
got her own girls that she paid for.
So I was like, okay, so this is what
Twice.
we're gonna, right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the two women have their titties all hanging out of in these tight ass outfits, spilling over. Okay, I'm not.
But she looked good. She looked good though.
She didn't miss a beat.
She looked better than she did in Evolution. I will give you that. I will give you that.
And putting her in the ring with Charlotte to carry her, I think was the best thing to do.
It was honestly. I was just so amazed. Like I was just like. Because everyone had their doubts about Trish coming back and doing the whole match.
Did they really?
Because it was like more of like, I don't want to say like on the Goldberg level, but it was kind of like
they're putting their money in.
Like what's going on here? But the whole story, and even though they did it in 2 weeks, whatever. I was here from when I heard Trish Stratus theme song with Lil' Kim, because everyone forgets Lil' Kim did that whole shit. Mm-hmm. When her music dropped, I was just like, I wish I was in Toronto and felt that kind of energy. Because, I mean, it's nothing like seeing a hometown person, like even just entrance coming out and just embracing that. And even though Trish lost, I mean, obvious reasons.
You already knew that was going to happen.
You did, but you didn't think that the match was going to really play out the way that it did.
Right, it was longer than I expected, to be honest. They gave them
that shit was longer than Goldberg and Dolph.
I mean, well, anything is longer than Goldberg, but
facts. Crazy facts. And then my second one was, of course, Bray Wyatt, a.k.a. The Fiend. His remix of his theme song. Because I was like saying, like, are they going to give him the same
music?
Yes. I was like, that shit not going to make no sense.
I was like, was he going to take his mask off? Like, what is he going to do? I didn't know what he was going to do.
It's a creepy, great thing. It's like when you...
See what happens when you let me like do what I know is going to work. Let me have control and not let someone fuck it up.
It's so good, like, and it's so scary. Like,
not for nothing. Like, I thought he was gonna come out to the theme song of the Schoolhouse Play Rock thing or whatever that they do.
I'm dead.
I thought he was gonna. I really thought he was gonna come out to that. I wouldn't have even been mad at that because everyone would have popped for it anyway.
I love the fact that Bray chose the same guys that did the original song to do the new song. I love, like, it's once again presentation, and I feel like
the lantern. The lantern
that
took
shit
me
is
over.
creepy.
The lantern took me over.
That shit, I don't want that.
No?
No.
What?
I want no. First of all, that shit looks like its cousin. Like,
sidebar, he was the one that sold the most merch, I believe, that weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Yo, I've never seen so many Yowie Wowies just here in New York. I was like, yo, did you just get that shirt? They're like, yeah. I was like, what? Like,
yeah, all his merch. They had puppets. They had little pillows of like the little bird-looking thing.
I would get the Vince one. I'm not even going to into it. If they have the Vince on the shop, I would get it because that one is funny. But Bray coming back, Bray using the Man of a Claw too is like so dope to me.
First of all, I knew this was going to be his moment when he used it on his own person that made it, like, did it.
Yo, because I was there in Tampa. So watching him actually do it to Mick Foley, I was just sitting there like this. I was just like, oh, shit.
And this is how you do.
Shit, you use the Man of a Claw on the nigga that did the Man of a Claw. Like, oh, I was bugged out in Tampa. I was like, oh, my God. And then when he did it to Kurt, I was just like, oh, now you just being rude.
Yeah.
But I'm with it. And then now it's your finisher. I'm just like, it goes so well with the character.
It has to. Like, what other move would you have done? Like, not even knowing.
Nah, I like Sister Abigail though.
No, but but I like how he's like lost. Like, he can't like really know where he is. Like, he was like going back and forth between like the old him and like the new him. Like, he was like.
But I will say the whole catchphrase "Let me in" is super problematic. I'm gonna need them to figure out another slogan because that's just. I don't know if I feel
like. Me too-ish?
Yeah, like I'm just like. That's a little too much. It's a little out there for me. But so is Burn It Down to me is super problematic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Like,
but don't we want controversy? So it's like
controversy creates cash,
and now it's a problem.
I'm cool.
I'm cool with
that. It's a problem. Like, it's just like I'm just making it acknowledged. Like that is super problematic.
We would have ate that up in the Attitude Era.
Oh, fuck yeah. Imagine fucking Val Venus saying that shit, and I'm pretty sure.
He probably did say that shit. What you mean?
Val fucking Venus. Val
Venus has said a whole bunch of shit. Are you kidding me?
Yo, I swear, that's what I love about the network, which is why I hate when people be like, I'm gonna kill somebody on the network. For what? Watch all the old shit because the shit Jerry Lawler fucking says. Yo, I'm like, yo,
Jerry Lawler was the biggest.
How the fuck did he get away with all that shit? Like, oh my god.
Gold is the F word.
He did. He did.
Straight up.
I heard it. Yep.
Call him a flaming F.
Yep.
Oh shit! But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it always bothers me when people on the internet be like, "Oh, I'm about to cancel my network for what?" Like, what the fuck does the old shit got to do with
the
what's
new
going
shit,
on right
right.
now? Like, don't take it. Just say I don't got $10 a month. I respect that more than you using the current product as an excuse to cancel the WWE network. Like, what? Like, stop it. Like, just cut that shit out. But no, Bray coming back, first match. Finn falling into the sunset.
Of course, we already knew that.
Have a good time. 2 months off.
But can we just say how sexy he looked in that all
white?
white? Oh,
girl! I swear, I'd be like, where the fuck is he at in Williamsburg?
First of all, I already knew he was gonna go out in style, but I didn't know he was gonna go out in that clean, crisp white jacket, undie pants. Like, I don't even know what to call. Just all around dripping sexiness. Damn. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Does that shit all the time.
He
almost made me buy that blue leather jacket. I will say.
Listen,
that shit
I'm just saying, like, I just knew. I was like, see, like, they gonna let my man go out in style in this beautiful, like, they just knew he was gonna get taken down. He just knew he was gonna jog.
It reminded him when Shawn Michaels came out in all white. I was just like, you're stupid, but that makes sense.
It does.
I was like, you're dumb, but that makes sense.
But that was my moment for the evening and the night. I just loved the way we were anticipating his first match, and we just knew that it was going to be something golden. And boy, did you deliver!
Bray showed out.
I mean,
here for it.
I didn't even need to see the rest of the show, to be honest. After that, I was ready to go.
No, but I think fast forwarding to the Universal title match, I think.
That was actually not bad.
That shit took me for a loop.
It was longer than expected as well.
Way longer than expected. And I did not think Seth was going to win clean.
It was a clean match.
It was baby's bottom. Like,
no,
I said,
my moment was the night. I should have made this a gift, was when Heyman was just like this at the ring. Just left. Just
I was at the bar like this. Like, wait,
like
that's
this.
3. That's 3. Seth just won. Seth is about to swing this belt around in this ring again. Oh, shit. Where do we go from here? What was the point of Brock winning fucking Money in the Bank now? I don't know. Like, it was just so many questions.
Okay, so, like, where do we go now? Okay, so Seth is the champion. Great.
No,
fine.
Not great.
I mean,
not great.
No, what I mean is, like, okay, great. What's his next step? What are we now going to do? Because now
absolutely nothing. Like,
we've taken this now from Brock, which he does, like, he has the same type of schedule Randy Orton has. He just shows up whenever the fuck he feels like it and just goes here and there.
But I'm cool. Like, I don't know what everyone's issue is with Brock doing that, because, and I always say the same thing, when The Rock did that shit and beat Punk and headline WrestleMania, ain't nobody had no issue with that shit. Everybody was like, yay. No. Everybody
so
had
want everyone to
same
keep the
grip.
energy? You want the same energy?
Same energy out here, ladies and gentlemen.
I can respect that.
But for me, Brock just adds a different element. Whether you hate him or you love him, he adds a different element to the whole situation.
I actually loved the whole Monster in the Bank where he had, like, the briefcase and he was using it as, like,
the
damn
boombox.
Yes, that shit was beautiful.
The most I've seen Brock in like 2 years. I was like, what?
That made me started liking him again.
That was like the highest thing since Suplex City, bitch. Like, I was like,
yes,
what?
yes.
Like, what are you doing?
Facts.
So,
like, we would, like, count how many suplexes you would have. Like, people would bring legit numbers and count how many suplexes he would do. And now it's just like,
what is next for Seth Rollins?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Comments or concerns?
Oh, yeah. Austin says, in regards to Finn, those tights were brown after Bray's entrance.
Ooh, really?
Shitted himself.
Damn.
Gerard says, I had a friend who never watched WWE and saw Bray and said, since when did Joker become a wrestler?
Wow, really? Are we going to do that?
That's not even
like the same category.
Oh,
even though there's a new Joker movie coming out.
Yo, I can't
that
wait.
Shit looks mad.
I can't wait.
Good.
That shit looks wild.
Joaquin Phoenix. Legit, I feel like he's just like Heath Ledger. He like turned himself into that character. Like, it's legit scary. It's great. It looks so good. I'm very excited for that one. Yes, sir.
Steve Salvage says the Fiend song is the same, just done by Code Orange, who does Aleister Black's theme.
Correct.
Well,
but it's a remix to me.
It's a
because
remix.
It has certain parts of the old song in that song. So to me, I feel like they made it where we can still like turn all the lights off. We can still use our phones as the Fireflies.
We're Fireflies. We've always been Fireflies. Let's keep that same energy and being the Fireflies, but yet to a new, different type of way and interest of where
So
he's going to come
level up
up.
Bray at the end of the day, which I feel like when you
Him
look
being
at,
away, yep.
and I feel like with all like kind of like the great characters, like wrestler characters that we've all grown up with, like to me, Mick Foley, the evolution of Mick Foley. If you look at the evolution of your favorite, The Undertaker, like certain characters over time, you change them, but then there's still little parts of the original them in that, and I think that's how you always keep the essence of the character. But don't be rolling eyes about Taker,
Right.
And Jason Michael Campbell, your best friend,
Hi, Jason.
says Trish Stratus still could go, and she's just going to be 44 in December.
She looks
Really?
great. She looks amazing.
Definitely
she did
would've thought
great.
a little older, but
Me
that's
too.
neither here
I
nor
could have sworn maybe like 48-ish.
Definitely like 40,
50, you know, going over the
47.
hill.
And speaking of Jason Michael Campbell, Larry Morgan mentions one of his favorites, going back to when you mentioned Trips deserves credit for Jordan Miles winning the breakout tournament. Larry Morgan says, fuck Triple H.
Fuck
if
that.
Black Excellent was real to him, he would have put over Booker T.
Oh my God,
at
can y'all
WrestleMania
let me
19.
get the violin for everyone that still wants to bring up Booker T losing. Like, oh my God, like that is then this is now hashtag WWE the beginning of every show. But
One more from JMC. Kofi Kingston or Seth Rollins are not huge draws. They do not put butts in seats as champions.
I mean, it was for Kofi's defense. I'm just saying this for me. I want to say again, he took this whole thing on where he wasn't even supposed to be a part of. He was just a fill-in, and he took it and he ran with it. Now, what happened after he got the belt? Developmental story people, whoever. I don't know what they did, where they just dropped the ball. Plain and simple. It's not him as the person. It's the people that is writing him or who they putting him against is where they're going at fault at.
I think the biggest story since he became champion is the one that he's in now.
With Randy,
Randy's story, I think it was definitely something like you know about it, but you forgot about it. But then now the both of them are doing it again. You're like, oh shit, that did happen. Like even the good morning.
Hi, hello.
I was like, that was weird.
Right.
Somebody calling.
Go ahead.
Oh, it looks like that's so weird.
Right. Didn't know that I could do that.
I was like, is Kofi calling? 'Cause
Right.
I'm here for it.
Right. Yeah.
I am here
I
to
was like,
talk to my
SVP done got us
champion.
some money, yo.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I was like, Champ is on the
What?
line.
Okay.
Please
He
hold.
calls to defend himself.
Exactly. He got
But I mean,
Either him or Seth.
I feel like they're both somewhat of a draw. I feel, especially on the Kofi side, because once again with New Day, I just feel like they're just the shit. Like people are gonna when you have white people saying New Day rocks, or like when you have
you see old white men gyrating and
right,
you know,
like, I just feel
do
like
you see people doing that? Like
it's a different type of level. Like in terms of
they're the biggest top merch still.
Right. One of the biggest
top people that are selling merch continuously, whether they have belts or not, is the New Day.
Period.
3 people.
So I wouldn't say, and I don't want to be biased to Seth either, because Seth has just been on the stale movement, so I feel like saying that he's not a draw right now. Like I don't get where do we go from here having Seth as champion. Like right. I'm very at a very standstill about that. Like I'm like, who do you challenge? Who does whoever win King of the Ring go against you? Like what?
What's the stipulation for King of the Ring now? Like what happens after we win? Are we just gonna be like?
What do you think about Seth? Who's gonna be the next opponent for Seth? Like I'm intrigued because I really don't know.
The rumor right now.
It's Braun.
Yeah, it's Braun Strowman.
But Braun would have to turn back heel to do that.
Right, like this was the back and forth foolishness. Like
from last year when they did the same thing after SummerSlam and forcefully turned Braun Strowman heel and had to change him back heel 7 weeks later. I would hope they would.
But see, I would do the reverse where I would turn Seth heel.
That's actually a good idea.
I would turn Seth heel.
Seth was always better heel anyway.
Which is what everyone's been kind of screaming and moaning about they want. So I actually would do the reverse. I would have Braun help him in that I got you, it's okay, man, because Seth sometimes always needs some assistance. So I would have Braun help him like he did on Raw, But then I would make Seth look ungrateful and have him turn that way to be like, I don't need your help, I'm champion, and turn him heel that way.
Why do we always have to
do that?
Why do we always have to have like the big guys be a part of like the championship like naming or scenarios? Like, why do we have to put Braun Strowman in this category now?
Well, because
what do we need him for?
Because who else you got? Like,
I would definitely.
When you have AJ as your Intercontinental Champion, you kind of gotta have.
No, he's the United States.
Yeah, right? United States. Excuse me. When you have him as United States Champion, once again as a mid-card title, you kind of gotta have some of your top guys kind of geared towards that title.
Correct.
So you kind of gotta. I don't want to say think outside of the box, but you kind like who do you have left in a sense?
Me personally, I would want to see the belt next on either Drew or Joe.
See, but for me, I would rather Drew, and I was surprised that Seth won Royal Rumble.
Right.
But I would have had Drew win. I would rather Drew win Royal Rumble than give him that title like here. I would rather him earn. I would rather him go, even if he even win it as number fucking 1. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck it. Or 30. I don't care. Either way, I would rather see Drew win Royal Rumble and then have him
choose who
which
he wants
one
to
he wants to face. I would rather him do that than him going against Seth, then probably jobbing the fucking Seth Rollins, and then him looking not as strong as he's been looking for like X amount of months. So like, I don't know. I just always, and then some people like are better at the chase. So it's like, there's so many variables, right? So I don't know. Go ahead.
So
Spotlight.
A little bit of time left. We'll have Baby Seth run off a little bit of questions and comments, but we got a couple of questions because we need to learn what the ladies are thinking on professional wrestling. So, Krssi Luv, Janelle from HR, what is your best female wrestlers today?
Today.
Like right now?
Right now.
This minute.
I like Faye.
Faye Jackson?
I like Faye Jackson. Are we talking like indies? Or are we talking?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay.
Just has to be wrestling today.
I like Faye Jackson. I love me some Bianca, as I told you before. I'm going to stick with those two right now for what I'm hoping to see big things for. I think they deserve it. I think they've done the work. I think they're good. I think they're marketable. And I think they can definitely go way far as their expectations are, I think they can be here for years to come.
On the indie side, it would definitely be Ariel Monroe, who was in the first year's Mae Young Classic. Mm-hmm. She's also wrestled here in New York with Battle Club Pro and all this type of stuff. But Ariel Monroe to me is like phenomenal in the ring. Another one I would think of is honestly Tessa Blanchard for me. She would
have been third.
And I say Tessa because for you to kind of take a company low key and carry it on your back in a sense, that division, it says a lot. And I think the way she's been carrying Impact has made people not only go back and watch Impact. Like that's essentially what people like when people heard about Tessa Blanchard versus what's his face? Sammy Callahan. People was like, shit, I gotta watch this.
Right.
Like what's going on here? Even though some people don't agree with the intergender matches.
I actually liked it. Like I think it's cool.
Good actual segue. What are your thoughts on intergender wrestling, and do you think women should win men world championships?
I don't think they should win men world championships. I think they should have their own. I'm always gonna be to have your own. That's just me in life in general.
Like we don't need your title. We can have our own. Yes,
but absolutely. I don't. Once again, I don't mind the intergender matches. Like shout outs once again, Battle Club Pro is doing their September 28th show, which is an intergender entire card. So shout out to them. Which is pretty cool, I think. I think it showcases that once again we're on the same page. We're equal in that sense in the ring. And it's once again things that as women you can learn from the guys, and there are things the guys can learn from the women. Like women sometimes can sell things a little differently than men can, and vice versa. So I feel like, and when you're at a wrestling school, you're gonna have men and female. You're gonna end up wrestling both. Like I just feel like organically that ends up happening. But in terms of titles, no, keep that shit separately. Like
I like the intergender. Like they can fight each other, but I don't think they should women should go against go for men's titles. They can have their own titles. That's why we make our own titles, or whoever makes their own titles for the women's divisions. Because then you would say a man could have like the women's titles. No, it's not both ways. No. We can fight each other with no problem. Because a girl can definitely stand and like beat the shit out of a guy probably if they wanted to. But like as far as us going for like their belts or our belts, like let's keep those two. Or separate.
I mean, you can have a belt that's universal, like intergender. Like you can have that where. I mean, you
or something universal, like a universal title.
Because you have, once again, transgenders. You have the LGBTQ community that
it could be a 24/7 one. Men and women win both.
So like you can have a title cares. You can have a title that's like that. But if you're gonna specifically have a men's and a women's, I think it should stick to that.
Sidebar: R-Truth and Carmella, whoever told them to do this type of gimmick or like service to like play these stories, it is one of the best things that's happening to WWE right now. Like when they were dressed up as like the commentators, I think they were supposed to be like the German. Well, they were supposed to be the Canadian commentators.
Oh, when they were in the doctor's office, I was like, yo, they doing the most.
And he still wound up losing the damn belt anyway. But still, like for them to just be dressed up and like being these characters and like do these things and run around like with their heads cut off is just like something that's
it gives me Bobby Heenan vibes from back in the day. It is just, to me, I think it's so funny.
And he keeps calling it the wrong belt, and it's still like funny. It's just
48 2014 European television
hardcore championship. Like, what are you saying, sir? What? Yeah, like
another good segue. What grabs your attention most in wrestling today? The in-ring characters, captivating storylines, or great promos, or all of the above?
All of the above. I love a great promo. I love a great storyline. Delivery. If you're going to deliver me something that's good, I'll eat it up.
For the most attention to me is going to be the promo. It's going to be your mic skills. To me is what captivates me, which is essentially why, I mean, as much as everyone knows I don't like Roman in the beginning, that was always my grip with Roman, was I was just like, you're on the mic, I'm not listening to you.
You're not engaged.
I don't hear what you're saying. You're talking and I still don't hear you. There's a difference between talking and hearing. And once again, I think that when you're good on the mic, like when Joe speaks, I'm like this. I'm on TV like, what you saying, boo? I hear you. All right. If somebody else like Johnny Gargano's on, like in ring, it's phenomenal. But when you're on that mic, sir, you're not engaged. What are you saying?
Are you falling asleep?
What are you talking about? I don't hear you.
That's how I feel about Natty.
Yeah.
Natty is horrible.
She tried because what's her face tried to tell her on Total Divas, and she got mad at her. Fucking Rusev's wife. What's her name?
Oh, Lana. Where's Lana and damn Rusev?
Sitting in Nashville, Tennessee, at home. Because they don't know what to do with Rusev, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's so sad. Like, happy Rusev Day. Like, it came and left.
If you don't know what to do with Lana, that's one thing. But fucking Rusev, okay, Rusev could have been in King of the Ring, but that's either here or there. But whatever, guys.
Definitely could have been in King of the Ring, but
yeah, for me it'll be promo mic skills for me that captivates me at first, and then all the other stuff, the technical wrestling side, the storyline is super important. I think just in wrestling in general, like I think that's what keeps people engaged. But for me, captivating is when you talk on that mic.
You're pulling me in. I'm gonna be all ears.
Right.
Next.
What is your all-time favorite moments in wrestling and your all-time favorite match of all time, regardless of promotion?
That's disgusting. Because
I don't have like
the moments that come to your head right now when you say favorite moments in wrestling.
The Austin Bret Hart when he has him in the sharpshooter and the blood is dripping from his face. I can remember that from like it was yesterday. That was one of my I can think of like the top of my dome right now.
The first thing that always grinds my gears, but to me it's like I know is when it was WrestleMania I think it's 8. Oh. It's either 7 or 8, but when Ric Flair versus Macho Man,
that was 8. That was 8. That was Indianapolis, I believe. The Hoosier Dome or something like that.
Yes.
That was when I tell you the build up
to that match. Gold. Nothing like Miss Elizabeth coming out running down to the ring to help her damn man. Even though they in like bad terms probably back then, but
not at that moment, but it was the beginning of the end.
No, it was.
They were.
I knew they was that. I knew when they did that whole marriage shit at Summerslam, I was like, they not really fuck with each other. So I don't know how this is working, but whatever.
You couldn't tell me that as a little kid,
was
please.
alive
What?
and running. But my only grip, and that's why it's like one of my favorite like matches, is the fact that the to me it's a build up. Like for me, always my favorite WrestleMania would be 14, but it was because every storyline that built
had
up
something
to every match had that build up that you remember. Like even with Taker and Kane, that shit will forever to me be one of the best build ups I've ever seen. When you had the whole Shawn and HBK and Mike Tyson, like that build up, like to me it's
what
a
was
build
that,
up.
like
It was 14. It was WrestleMania 14 in Boston.
Okay.
But back to Macho and Rick. The fact that the build up to that shit was probably, and it was for it was for the fucking title. And the fact that you assholes put that shit in the middle of the fucking card and had fucking Hogan versus Sid Vicious
at the end of the
fucking end. Your WrestleMania 8, that is a spit in the fucking face.
Yep.
Okay? But to me, Macho and Rick were definitely
they had a great storyline, yeah.
That's one of my favorite matches of all time.
Favorite match, Krssi?
Favorite match, definitely can agree with Janelle on that one. That's one of my favorite Macho Man WrestleManias, to be honest. Match,
it's so hard.
It's really, really hard.
Like why did you do that?
No, I got it. Undertaker versus Mankind.
Which one?
When the Hell in a Cell, when he threw his ass off that damn cage.
Okay.
Was that Hell in a Cell?
Yes.
That was Hell in a Cell. And then like to watch Mick Foley, like sidebar, talk about that whole moment of like him being tossed and like coming out of consciousness and not realizing that his tooth was in his nose. Like that whole thing, like him like reflecting back and like looking and talking about like him being in that moment, in that space. I think is like one match that I can like say as a kid during that era was like big, and just like, nah, son, like you can't.
All I hear is JR's voice.
Yes, he has a family, like all that stuff. Like you just like throw him down. It was like, dude, like you really just like
You just do him.
Yeah, like, and I wonder like what Undertaker was like thinking, like,
okay,
he said like shit, like what was he? Yeah.
All right.
And like, whose idea was it for me to? Did he say whose idea was it for him to go over there? I don't remember him saying
regardless, you agreed to that shit, so
yeah.
No matter whose idea it was,
right?
You agreed to that.
And they all like talk about like how the matches are gonna go. Sometimes they really don't, but the fact that they put on that body of work and everyone was just like stunned in Pittsburgh and was just like, hell of a match. Like how did you didn't even know Mankind, Mick Foley was gonna even like come out of that alive. Especially as a kid, you like, nah, son, he dead.
Yeah,
he dead.
Right.
Best live event you ever been to, and what made it so memorable?
Ooh.
I mean, it's not best, but it's my first, so to me, it's always going to be the best. Survivor Series 2002, the first Elimination Chamber, when HBK won the title at the Garden. It was right after. To me, it was a big deal, just in terms of the city, because it was the first like large live event at the Garden since 9/11 here in New York. So like just from the experience of like walking through, going through the metal detector, seeing like all the cops with all of AKA 49s and you just like understanding like, yo, this is a new normal for our city. And then on top of that being my first WWE live pay-per-view event, like to me that's always going to be my best. But memorable. But the other one would definitely be my first WrestleMania, which was WrestleMania 29. And actually it had nothing to do with like an actual match. It was fucking Diddy fucking singing Coming Home. Like for me, I don't know what it was. And I don't know if it was because my first WrestleMania, but I was sitting there like almost in tears because it was just like, I've loved wrestling since I was a kid, like 6-7 years old, like sneak watching ECW at 2 o'clock in the morning type shit. Like I was that kid.
What?
Yeah.
Like I was public access TV, real talk. Like I was that kid. So for me to like my mom buy me that for Christmas that year, and like they pranked me, and then I find out I'm going to WrestleMania. Like to me, it was the childhood dream that came true. So to be, at MetLife, first time WrestleMania 29, Even though it was a shitty card, it was actually my least favorite WrestleMania
Was that the one with Cena?
Cena 2,
yeah.
That put everyone to fucking sleep. The only thing I remember was CM Punk versus Taker, which by far was probably the best match on the fucking card.
Yeah.
Everything else is a blur. Like somebody had to remind me if fucking Triple H versus Brock happened. I was like, where? I was there. So like, but regardless, 29, like your first WrestleMania, I think is always the most memorable, especially like regardless how you feel about WWE, like growing up, like that's just a bucket list thing to do. So the fact that I was able to do 29 and then I was able to do 3 back to back to back, but 29 for me is always going to be like my memorable because it was my first one, and I was just sitting there like, I'm coming home, but I am home. I'm here. WrestleMania's here. Like, oh my God, guys, like we're here. Like,
right.
And just seeing people that I knew, like I ended up bumping into like one of my first friends at St. John's at fucking WrestleMania at the fucking bar. Like it was like it was definitely like it was before like honestly building a wrestling family. So for me, doing that WrestleMania kind of jump started me into really building the kind of community that we all have now. So I'm always going to be thankful for 29, but it was one of the worst WrestleManias I've been to, but neither here nor there.
Event definitely would be my WrestleMania to this past year at MetLife, which was 35. No matter what the card was, just being actually in the building, the energy, and just like even the parking lot was like energy before the show, before you was able to get inside of the arena, was something to be like memorable and just like put on your bucket list of like things that you've done, of especially like being with people that tailgate at a wrestling event. I've only seen people tailgate at like baseball games or football games, and for people to like be barbecuing outside in a parking lot, playing loud fucking music. And just like having like this big scenes and having matches outside before the card even starts. And yes, it's like a long day, but it's a long day of something that you will probably never, like some people wish they could experience.
Just the whole weekend. I feel like I low-key feel like at times we take for granted wrestling because, everybody's either in the WWE bubble or people are in the, independent bubble. And it's just like, that whole weekend, the type of like weekend I was here for 35 was like no other. Like I feel like I look back, I'm like, damn, we did a fucking lot of shit. Like between Wale Mania, between WrestleCon, between all the independent shows that run that weekend, you have the ability to kind of just go out and see different things and different styles of wrestling, the parties, the people you meet, the other podcasters that you meet. Like I met tons of people that do podcasts all over the country. So like that weekend is just such a like dope weekend, and I feel like at times you gotta take a step back and be like, you gotta have a game plan. Yeah. Like I was thankful this year. I was like, it's home. I ain't gotta pay for a flight. I ain't gotta do nothing. Cool. I can really enjoy just certain things that the last 3 that I've built to enjoy. So the 35 was that weekend overall.
Yeah, the weekend overall was really good. Like I said, started at Wale Mania, then we went to NXT, then we went to WrestleMania. Just was the whole weekend, the whole
Raw,
vibe.
SmackDown.
Raw and SmackDown.
Fucking
like
Taker coming out of Raw.
Yes,
me and Larry we sat together, and then me and Larry both marked out. That's the funniest shit.
But it's just like that whole energy for the whole city, for them to take over the city. It was really something. It's something that you have to like really enjoy. If you ever get them to come to your city for a big weekend, like you'll know the feeling that we're talking about when they come to you or whatever. Yeah. So that was like my moment or whatever for WrestleMania.
So before we get to the spotlight in the True Heels one final time, which wrestlers are having the best hot girl summer in 2019?
Nobody, baby.
Yeah.
Is that because you only watch WWE?
No. I mean, it depends on how you define hot girl summer, though. But
Krssi Luv said one person's having a hot girl summer.
I said John Moxley was having a hot girl summer because you know how you have like you be in that slump. And like either like you lost your job, you're just not feeling good at home, or you're just not having a good relationship, and then all of a sudden you just like come out as brand new, fresh, and you just out here just winning, having the best time of your life. That's what I call as the hot girl summer. That's what I define as hot girl summer. It's not you being out here sleeping with any old body. I feel like you.
See, that's why I was saying here like.
No, I feel like hot girl summer is you getting back to where you need to be. You enjoying life. not taking things for granted, not really giving a shit about what anybody else cares about.
To be honest, then I would say Sasha Banks then.
Ooh, okay.
Because for you to sit back for almost the entire summer, low key, still get contracts,
low key, right,
still doing what you're doing, and for you
because you haven't seen us since WrestleMania.
So the fact that you could take that time and like how you define it, kind of like reinvent yourself, recreate. You know, she ended up going back to Japan. She trained a little in Japan. For her to, you know, she could change hair colors if she feel like it, whatever. But I feel like she takes the cake and turns a hot girl summer at that point, because this bitch basically didn't do anything but came back to like one of the biggest pops of the summer. So, but if we out here thotting and bopping though,
it's okay. It's no problem. But I'm just saying, you know,
it's a little hard to
I
say.
still give mine to Mr. John Moxley. Who was
in bopping? He was in NEW last night.
I was gonna say
he married. He married,
but
he's thotting and bopping.
He is definitely thotting and bopping.
Well, he in it because I read what his New Japan contract ends at Wrestle Kingdom in the beginning of January.
But he's gonna be working with them after the G1 and everything. But he's gonna be working through Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, so that's what I heard.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Through Wrestle Kingdom.
Through Wrestle Kingdom. I don't think at.
Like as in like.
No, he will. It means
so
that
it's
probably after Wrestle Kingdom is the end.
Cool.
Okay. Well, we can. I just still think that, you know, someone that was just like in the slumps and like you put me back in the Shield and then you're not really using me, then you made me be like this character that I really wasn't liking. And then, you know, I just like, you know what, I'm just not going to go back to this shit because I really can't do this. I don't really like it. And I'm not really loving it.
It sounded like how Banks was, but she just came back and was like, fuck it.
Kota Ibushi's having a hot girl summer.
You think Kota Ibushi's having a hot girl summer?
G1 Climax, his lover's in a different promotion and he's still on the come up.
Who he smashing?
Living his best life.
Kenny Omega, his lover. His golden lover.
Wow.
Yo, they smashing? Like for real, for real?
Well, not now.
Before. So I was like before.
So that's the team.
They're called the Golden Lovers. They have a very close personal
Okada plays on the other team.
Who's top? Who's bottom?
Ibushi and Omega.
Who's top? Who's bottom though?
Ibushi and Omega.
They mix and match.
Probably.
So Omega's on the other team, sir?
Yeah, you ain't know that? That man, he play on both sides of the field.
Kenny Omega is rumored to be
allegedly.
I should have learned.
Oh, allegedly.
Bisexual.
I should have
not confirmed.
Not confirmed. Bisexual.
But confirmed.
I mean,
They're
to
just
each his own.
LGBTQ positive.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
hey, if that's the way you want to rock out life, kudos to you, bro. I'm with you.
Yo, was they smashing in
I
New
mean,
Orleans?
like, have your hot girl summer.
Now I have so many questions.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I got questions. But
because they did the meet and greet at WrestleCon in New Orleans together.
You should have known something about his little.
And I did, but I did Kenny,
his
of course.
ramen noodle hair. So.
That'd be some
And they got a
acrobatic
T-shirt.
sex.
All right, Mr. SP, what else you got for me?
Let's hear from the spotlight and the trio.
All right.
Okay. Oh, that was a great segue.
Just lots of responses to the very same questions you were asking them. Lawrence Brown, Stone Cold versus The Rock, any WrestleMania for his favorite match.
Okay.
Larry Morgan, Nicholas being Braun's tag team partner is his favorite WrestleMania moment.
Yo, he's a clown. Yo, that's the realest answer ever.
I
though.
can't
Lawrence
them.
Brown, SummerSlam at the Garden in '98 was his first.
Ooh.
That's Triple H and Rock at the ladder match.
And Highway to Hell.
That was a great promo run that they did for that too, because also at that time the fucking WWE restaurant was open too, so people was going back and forth at that time there.
If you ever got a chance to go there, shout out to you guys.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
The restaurant was open in '98.
Yeah.
I think it was 2000.
No.
I could be wrong, but
I don't know.
Brandon Ray says WrestleMania was dope this year. The pop when they displayed the Daniel Bryan versus Kofi match. Kofi match, excuse me. On the screen at MetLife was crazy.
Yes.
Jason Michael Campbell says, I've never been to a Raw or SmackDown, but I've been to a WCW Monday Nitro, couple different locations.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
How's that? What?
I
Okay.
guess he's an older gentleman.
He is.
But I have been to a non-televised SmackDown live event.
Okay. Great.
Where do you live? Like,
I think he lives in England.
He's in England. Jason Michael Campbell can confirm that in the
Yeah,
comments.
where do you live?
Jimmy
JMC?
Wang Yang. Where do you live at?
And Larry Morgan would like to reiterate, yes, Nicholas being Braun's tag team partner was his favorite moment.
Absolutely.
Really?
I understand.
I can't. You know what? Whatever.
He likes going against the grind, so I get it.
He always does. He can't never be in another category.
No.
So. Anywho, so let's do a couple of promotions before we close out this True Hill Heat. Plug for my boys, speaking of Mr. Larry Morgan and Mr. Wilkins himself and Mr. SP3. Their podcast is called Toxic Talk, where they just do things from a guy's point of view. Which can I, by the way, say, your question about a guy taking a girl to BBQs.
Now, to be fair, this is probably like the most ongoing debate question that we've had. Right. And it was once again brought up. So that's why it ended up being again brought up.
Right.
But like I said, I'm not 16. I'm not, I got my own money. Like, when you was 16 living in New York,
that's where you went.
That's where you went.
That's where you went.
No bullshit. Like, every Friday or Saturday night, y'all went to AMC movie theater and you took your ass right across the street to BB King because you couldn't go nowhere else, and you was out here trying to get somebody older to buy you one of them Texas size drinks. Like, that's just what you did. Now, in your late 20s, early 30s.
Right. Let's just call it what it is.
Bro.
Not that I have a problem with BBQs. Nothing. They have great sticky wings. They have great Texas size pina coladas. Love them all. But my thing is, like, if you're really... Hello!
Stop.
That was such a great surprise.
Right. I mean, like, not a lost damn train of thought. I'm, like she said, I'm a grown-ass woman. We're not going to do this. Now, I love me a Fridays sidebar. Not a fan of Applebee's. But I can do. I can do Red Lobster.
I can fuck up a chain, like anywhere.
I can do any chain now. But for our first date, if you're really trying to press me and trying to get with me,
you gotta set the standard a little.
You cannot take me to BBQs. We can go there. Yo,
where'd you go on your first date with your shorty?
Right.
First date was Evolve in Brooklyn.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay,
that's nice.
Solid.
Yeah.
Baby stuff.
First date with your woman.
Shorty.
With my girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
My apartment.
Okay. Cost efficient. See you.
I see. Right.
Young man in the back. First date.
Margarita spot.
Okay.
See, I can dig that. See, like, take me to
Take me to some shit I've never been to.
I go to Blockheads with no problems. I go to any type of Mexican spot. Love me a margarita with, some tacos, some quesadillas, burritos.
To me, just BBQs isn't an effort. Like,
right.
To me.
I feel like that's like last minute. Like, you didn't think this through.
Like it was just like, oh, we're on 42nd Street. Oh, we might as well just take a picture with one of those photo people. Oh, we might as well go to the movies. Oh, we might as well go to BBQs. It's like, oh, but
so that's my first take in it. Like, again, you could take someone that's like 12 years old. They want to go there. Me, I'm grown. Like you said,
grown.
We grown. We trying to have hot girl summers out here.
Take me to a fucking Evolve show. Take me to fucking WrestleMania.
Take me to see a show. Yeah, take me to see a show before you
take me to go see Jay-Z.
Yep.
Take me to go see Rick Ross.
Let me see
These
Beyonce,
are all things that are possibly coming up.
Brown, like things like that.
So my birthday's coming up. I'm just putting that out there, ladies and gentlemen. And Rick Ross has a concert in October. Just saying. Take me to go see Lizzo. Like, do some different shit. Lizzo fucking sold out Radio City Music Hall.
You don't know who Lizzo is?
What?
You don't know Lizzo?
I don't listen.
You're not up on Lizzo?
I don't listen to current music.
Damn.
The fuck do you listen to?
Huh?
What do you listen
She's
to?
hot girl.
I'm about to say she's hot girl. She's hot girl summer. Yes, hot girl summer. She's like Faye Jackson that can sing and play the flute.
She plays the fuck out of a flute.
What? You know what else she could do with if she could play the flute?
Oh.
Aha.
Her breathing skills is A1.
Hello. G1 Climax segue. Hello. Yeah, so my boy SP3 is doing a G1 Climax 29 countdown video on his channel. So look out for that, for his top 10 matches of this year's tournament. It was like about 200 of them bitches. So you listen to his top 10 of those of the G1 Climax. So definitely what? I'm trying to advertise people. Come on, I'm trying to stay focused.
Chris Gutierrez says that she can play the skin flute.
Ooh.
Why are you so inappropriate? You're so inappropriate.
Chris, I missed you this weekend, first of all.
Oh, you didn't see him on Sunday.
I didn't see him Sunday. You was on Sunday. Okay, I went Saturday. Yeah. Sorry. But I want to thank you guys for joining us for this Top Girl episode for the Hot Girl Summer for episode 44.
Ooh, what are you going to do for 45?
I know, right? Thank you for SP3 for thinking about me and doing this episode with just girls. And we could just do it by ourselves. Give it some true heat. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a little nice. So what? Shut up, Larry. I don't care. But I appreciate all the love, and I thank you guys all for watching and tuning in. Where can they find you?
Job of Tears Podcast, at the Job of Tears Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Join the Facebook group. We are at over 900 members now, so we're shooting for 1K. We're shooting for 1,000 by my birthday, September 8th. So please let's make it happen. It'd be a nice little birthday gift. We have our all-out viewing party coming up August the 31st. So if you are not going to Chicago, you can come to Legends and watch All Out. I do believe we also will be showing NXT UK TakeOver earlier that day because it is at a 2 o'clock start time. So if you want to see that as well, just come by. Day. Right. It's shit. It's just
New Japan World Quest as well.
New Japan.
That starts at 12:30.
Shit.
Just to let Wilkins know if he's
have fun.
Who got the login?
Right, that's exactly.
Like it's not
who's
about.
Who's watching this?
It's not about watching. Who got the login?
Who's exactly.
But as always, you can watch us once again on our YouTube page at the Job of Tears Podcast, where you can watch Toxic Talk. You can watch our Big 4 episodes, which Miss Krssi Luv has been on previously, so you can catch those on demand, is what I like to say. And then we do have our Inside the Indies episode, hopefully coming back before the end of this month. We'll see. But other than that, and then also Battle Club Pro, Job of Tears Podcast is the official sponsor. Podcast sponsor. September 28th at 2 o'clock in Brooklyn. We're once
early.
Again, yeah, because it's before New Japan. Because New Japan is in New York City.
I don't know if I can make
the
that.
same
Damn.
evening.
That's whack.
So
people got jobs out here,
Shit, people got lives out here, girl. That shit is always.
Come on,
other than that, I think that's about it. Once again, thank you, True Hills, for inviting me back. I really appreciate it. I think it's always best to support those that support you. So once again, we can't do half the things we do without you guys. So thank you so much for all the love and support and the consistency, because that's important too. And once again, shout outs to 20 by 20 Podcast for blessing me with this NWA shirt. And I will be putting the link up where you can buy the shirt.
Yes, I need that.
I'm just sporting it so that everyone can see it. I purposely was like, I'm going to wear this shirt on Saturday when I record True Hill Heat, because either that or I was going to wear my True Hill shirt. But I was like, next time. But thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course, anytime. We love the Job of Tears peeps. We love being a part of this wrestling community. If we're not uplifting each other, then who else will?
Facts.
Let's just call it what it is.
Spade is spade.
Definitely thanks all you guys, the spotlight, for what you do for us. SP3, where they can find you at, sir?
True Hill _ Epic SP3.
Of course.
On Instagram. They can follow True Hill Heat on Facebook.
Toxic Talk, all of this stuff.
On the group page, Toxic Talk. We're working on a sports podcast as well. That's
wow.
why Chris is in the background working on our producing team right now.
Woo!
So, yes.
So we can talk some football?
What type of sports? Oh, football season.
We're focusing on basketball because Larry called dibs on football talk on Toxic Talk.
Oh, fuck.
He sucks at it.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, Larry Morgan? But
I just hope to see some women come on the show. That's all, because we can talk our shit too.
Soon enough.
Great. Thank you.
It's coming.
Baby Seth,
What's up?
where you at, sir?
Last words.
I don't want anyone to find me.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And that's why I'm so glad the Job of Tears Podcast is how I plug it, because my page is super duper private. Like, I have to accept you, so I never put out my personal Instagram.
Well, just to let you know, the Job of Tears Facebook page posted up your Instagram in the comments section.
Oh, fucking asshole.
They damn sure did.
Yo, God damn it. I tell them not to do that shit. Not to say I get a whole bunch of weirdos, but I get a whole bunch of
randos. They don't listen. Anywho.
Like, come on.
You can find me. I am the sensational Miss Krssi Luv. You can find me on Twitter and IG and Facebook _ Miss Krssi Luv. Thank you. I appreciate you all for always having my back and being a part of this wrestling community. Love you all. Give me those shout outs. Hit me up. DM me. Doesn't matter.
Do not DM her.
You gotta tell them.
Oh. Okay, I figured they just find out when they see you and JJ here.
No, you gotta tell them.
No, you have to. No, take it from me.
JJ.
Shout out to JJ. I don't know where he's at. He's like, "Where's Waldo? We can't find you. You don't respond."
Earlier. He was in the comments.
He was?
He said hi, ladies, in the comments.
Oh, he did?
Hi, JJ.
I apologize. Hi, JJ. I miss
Alive and
you.
well.
I see you soon, I hope. But I will not be here next week. I will be off. Wow.
No, trust me. When I was off one episode, boy, I tell you, the next week everybody was like, "Where was you at? The person that was there was the whack, blah, blah, blah. I was like, see, so.
Okay.
Yo, when I tell you people used to seeing your face, you got to let the masses know, like, listen, I won't be here.
My kind boss has let me off for the next 2 weeks straight, so I won't be here. I'll see you in September. So, yeah, I won't be here. I don't know who he has as a fill-in. Maybe it's just going to be him and JJ and Baby Seth. Maybe it's just be just the guys, because since we had a girls takeover, who knows? But tune in next week. We'll see you either Friday or Saturday, whoever schedules it. SP3 will let you guys know. But shout out to all you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Bye, guys.